Konnichiwa, everybody. Good morning. Ooh. Daria, Quiddy, thanks for reaping the membership. Come back, welcome back. Oh wait, hold up. I forgot to re-enable super chats and stuff. I forgot I had to turn that off for the previous streams. I'm gonna turn that back on. Why does it take so long for the switch to flip over? There we go. Yeah. Oh my god. Haven't got a live stream in so long. Welcome back. Welcome back. Matthew. I'm gonna give it the 60 months. Good evening from New York City. Let's go. Phone. Soda broth. Give it the 15 months. Quiddy. I didn't get much sleep last night. I kept waking up in the middle of my in the middle of the night. So wait, did you guys stop? What the heck? Hang on, man. Alright, Valiant. Quiddy. Give her the membership. 38 months. Let's go. Hang on. Can I... Where's the button to refresh? Why is there no refresh button? Oh, I updated OBS. I forget that they like change stuff around. There we go. Ooh, Mr. B, thank you for the super. Thank you. Ooh. We're all not sleepy last night. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it just... Rachel Angel to give it the 22 months. Quiddy. Speaking of which, Shanavo, Quiddy as well. Thank you for the 31 months. Had a sleep paralysis demon last night. Was he hot? Was he nice? I want to meet a sleep paralysis demon. Nah, oh no. Tell him that he needs to go take a shower and put some product in his hair. It was a home intruder? Oh shoot. God, this is why you gotta set up you know, like one of those like Rube Goldberg machines. So like if someone tries to stand on top of you in bed, it activates a mechanism that like sets off little traps, and then it handcuffs them to the bedpost, and they're like, all right, if you want to come in here, you're staying here. We're gonna figure this out together, you know? Yeah, I gotta Home Alone it. That's the first question to ask about, you know, was he hot? It's always that, because it's like the most important thing, you know? Already not giving give the gift membership. I have a Grady. Jasmine, thank you for the 31 months of Grady as well. My kitten should have whiskey and I found it. Sharing good luck with everyone sends vibes over. I want to, it sucks. You're not supposed to. I read that you're not supposed to, but I really want to squish like a cat's face where the whiskers are, because the little muzzle area looks so squishy. Whenever they're eating, it's the part of their face that squishes up, and it's like, it looks so soft, and I want to rub it. But I know you're not supposed to rub like the whiskers directly because it's super sensitive for cats. But it looks so squishy. Oh, Shinri of the eepiness. What is thy eepiness? Let's see. Don't eat ice cream late at night. I think that might be why. I don't know. Might be that. What? Don't eat discount ice cream late at night. Had an epiphany the other day. Your joke tag should be just so easy. Wait, that one is good. That's like the thing. Like, oh my god. When we first debuted, not even like first debut, like leading up to debut, because you know how our hashtags, the reason why we have to set up the hashtags is because they tell us like, what do you want your hashtag to be? Like months leading up to the debut, and it's frustrating because it's like, how are we supposed to know? You know, like we don't know all those like inside jokes. We haven't developed like the community like memes and stuff like that. But they're like, yeah, just make them up. So it's like there's this weird push to have everything be like, oh, you gotta set up everything and make sure it's all good, ready to go, you know, before you even know what it's gonna be. Like, had I known, like I knew I wanted to do horror games and wanted to make that the focus, but I mean, I didn't even get a shirt until the first year, you know? Like, there's a lot of stuff you can change and a lot of stuff you can't change. But yeah. Don't you have a meme tag, or am I dreaming it? Do I? I think I have Joke Suiji. So it's basically just punny, yeah. Part of the resistance. Kind of not, okay, I want to be real. I kind of, like, I'm part of the resistance, but like, tangentially. It's more of like I don't really want to use this opportunity. Like, I'll take shots at the company every now and then. But this is the time more for supporting the JP senpais. And like, the reason why I'm not doing too much is because I don't want to take away the limelight from them. Like, all the attention should be on supporting the senpais first. Not EN right now. So, like, yes, please support all of HOLOSTARS. Right now, the focus should be, like, on the JP senpais. And I know I haven't really, like, retweeted too much of their stuff. And it's only now that we're doing it, but, you know, just gotta keep pushing for it, you know? It's like back office support for the senpais. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of the big thing for me. It's like, the longer things go on, the more I realize like I'm not really a initiator. I'm more of a support, like backup. I think it's just because for every single game that I've played, I end up playing support. So just naturally, like over time, over the years, have just taken on the mindset of being more support based. But yeah. Mantis Core. I got flamed at for playing Mantis a couple of days ago when I booted up Marvel Rivals again. Sorry if I keep if I keep my eyes closed. I'm just like really eepy. Oh, that's right. I was gonna say, for everyone who is re-upping the membership for tier 2 kois and above, I have a little teaser out in community posts. This is what I said when I mentioned I was gonna cheat a little bit. For the wallpaper, I'm using a thumbnail for a wallpaper. Mr. Patriotic Canadian, it's because of how support physical range DPS. I get that feeling. Yeah, it's just a lot easier to kind of like have a better overview of like the flow of the game from the back, you know, than to be like the one, like the tank in front who's like super focused on making sure the front line holds, Because then you don't know what's happening behind you, you know? So like, I don't know, just having that vantage point is also nice too. Have you fallen asleep before on stream? I have. The VOD's gone because I thought it was just such a bad stream that I didn't want to keep the VOD up, but I have fallen asleep on stream a couple times. There was this one time when I was trying to do double streams again, and I like stayed up until like 3 a.m. and then I had a stream at like 9 a.m. so I only got like 4 hours of sleep. If that. I think it was like just 4 hours lying in bed staring at the ceiling. Banadaria, thank you for the upgrade. Oh my goodness, thank you. Wow. You can check out the wallpaper. It's really cute. I doodled stuff. And then if you guys pay attention to the water texture, it's meat. You know that like trick that people have posted of like, oh, do you want to get good water texture? Just get a slab of meat and then turn transparency on, soft light filter on, and turn it blue, right? Yeah, it's that trick. It's the meat trick. I did it, so if you look at it, you're like, wow, that's really good water. No, it's meat. That's what you meant? Yeah, that's what I meant when I said it's meat. It's actual meat. And the fun thing is I found a free use picture of a slab of meat. Because all the photos that I was looking at were like paid stock images. And I needed to find one that was free to use. I found a free use one that was like the right cut, the right angle. Yeah. Steak meat? No, it had to be not steak. It had to be like the fatty type of meat. So like loins, pork belly. Googling free meat pigs. Did it make you hungry? No, surprisingly not. I think I've gotten to the point where I think my initial like obsession, because okay, context. When I eat foods, I tend to like, I love exploring, but when I find a food that I like when I explore foods and then try different cuts and different like types of meals and stuff, I'll find one that I really like and I'm like, yes, this, all of it, forever, and I'll just eat all of that forever, and just it's the only thing I will get. Or like, you know, whenever I go out, I'll eat, or whenever I order, that's what I'll order, or if I cook at home, it'll be what I cook at home. I think I am now done with my hyperfixation on meat. You know how I talked about making bathroom jerky again? After stream, I was like, ooh, it's gonna be so good, I wanna go taste some, right? And so I ate it, and I was like, it's good. It doesn't hit right anymore. You know, like that little hyperfixation moment when you're like eating a food that you really enjoy and then it just stops and you're like, oh, well, that was just food. You know, it's not your favorite food anymore. It's just food. So it's like, oh man, now I need to go find a new hyperfixation. That's the worst, right? The worst part I've ever had was back during Ronin Academy. I had this one place that I would go to. I'm not gonna say the name because it's a pretty regional thing, but there's this one like restaurant that I used to go to at the end of every final seasons, and it was like a little treat for myself because I'm like, yeah, I got through finals, right? This one particular school period, semester, trimester, quarter, I forget I get one of those three. I had a particularly bad like season, and I wanted to go like rest and just like I want to go and treat myself to this food, and then I went and got it and it didn't hit the same. So not only was I just like wired out and stressed out from having to study for finals, the one food that I used to go to relax and just treat myself as a reward didn't hit right. And it was like, because at that point it's like you've already paid for it. It's right there. You don't want to waste it. But the only thing you see when you stare at it is just calories. You know, it's not being like a delicious like treat. It's not a reward. It's just calories. It's still tasty, sure, but like there isn't the endorphin, you know, the endorphin rush that you get from eating your favorite comfort food. There we go. When your comfort food didn't comfort you anymore. Oh man. Me and my local Sukiyan right now, no. That must have been devastating. It kind of was, because I couldn't finish it. I was just staring at him like, oh man. So I took it back home. Then I put it in the fridge. And then I looked at it again afterwards for dinner that night. And I was like, wow, that's cold now. And like the fat has kind of congealed on the meats. And the vegetables are kind of limp now because like the fridge dehydrated the veggies, and it's just like, oh, man. Was it Jack in the Box tacos are great when you've been out drinking? No, it was a Hawaiian barbecue place, but like a very American style Hawaiian barbecue place. Like, oh my god, that's one thing that I've missed. I'm missing American style food. I want Taco Bell. I want Taco Bell so bad. I don't care if it's not real tacos, okay? I just want that flavor, you know? I was desperate enough to... There's no Taco Bell? No, there's no Taco Bell here. I want gluten. I want like a wheat taco from Taco Bell, but like the really shitty kind that's really chewy, because they like pack it with gluten. Like I want that. And oh my god, I want Panda Express. I want Panda Express. There's no like fast Chinese food here. There's actual Chinese restaurants that are like really good, but they're like authentic. And I don't want authentic right now. I want like the greasy knockoff version that they have back in America. I want like American fast food, you know? And oh my god, Nathaniel, to give the 11 months. I missed American food when I moved as a kid. Sometimes you eat a burger to slap you in the face and clog your arteries. Exactly. No Chinese takeout in Japan. There are Chinese takeout. It's just they're more authentic to the actual cuisine, which like it's by itself is amazing, right? But I that's not the flavor I want. You know, the flavor I want is like the super cheap, nasty fast food type, you know? Like I could make gourmet mac and cheese, right? Like I know how to make the roux, I know how to add the flour and the butter and everything, and then I could stir in the pan and make my own. Like sure, I could do that, right? But there's something about like Kraft mac and cheese that is just nostalgic for me, and it just hits different, you know? Like I want that. I want the cheap food back. Rainy Shrimpy, thank you for the 32 months. They changed the orange chicken sauce at Panda Express. What? No. Judging you for the Taco Bell comment a little. No. Give it a super though. Let's someone has dissected the recipe online. I have seen videos of people recreating the orange chicken sauce, but it's like chemistry at that point. Like they have to go out and buy like xanthan gum and like all the powder stuff. I can't really. I could, but what would I do with a kilogram of xanthan gum after I use like 2 tablespoons of it for the recipe? You know, like. I might have a hyperfixation on that, but I don't know if I have that much of a hyperfixation to eat 1 kilogram's worth of xanthan gum. American Chinese food is different from real Chinese food, just like American Mexican food is very loose interpretation of Tex-Mex, right? It's its own thing. That's the thing. Like, I'm not eating it to eat authentic tacos. I'm eating it to eat the bastardization of tacos, right? But that's what I want. I want the bastardization part. I want it to be nasty. Like the KFC here, it's good, but it's not the same. The crispy skin on the outside. Like I ate KFC alone, as a treat for myself. Not for Christmas, but like the day after Christmas when people could like order, because the day of Christmas you have to like pre-order that stuff. But like, it's good, but it's not the same, you know. The breading isn't as thick, it isn't as crunchy, isn't as crispy. It's more like a very thin layer of flavoring, which is nice. The chicken is also juicy, but it's not the right flavor, you know. Just KFC Japan doesn't have the same spices. Yeah, it's good. It doesn't taste the same though. That's kind of sad. Salmon is the new Christmas hotness. Salmon? Oh, man. Also, I found out that the perfect time, speaking of salmon, the perfect time to go to my local supermarket to get food is at 8 p.m. Unlike other places where all the deals happen at like 9:45 because it closed at like 10:30 or like 10, where all the deals happen. My supermarket specifically, the best time around 8:30 p.m. because that's when you get the perfect balance of the discount deals and stickers are going out, but they still have good inventory and good stock. So you can still get some good stuff there. Yeah. The lore of why salmon became the Christmas hotness is great. Wait, there's lore behind it? Cheap sushi. I'm kind of sushied out. I'm sorry. I know it comes from a very privileged point of view, but I'm kind of sushied out. I don't want any more sushi. I also okay, so I went to a restaurant warehouse type store. There's a store here, there's a chain, it's called Gyomu, and it's like a bulk, it's kind of like Costco, where you buy things wholesale, and they're like intended for restaurants and like small like family kitchens and stuff, where you can buy bulk stuff, right? And like, you just get so much stuff. I got like a kilogram of garlic powder and onion powder there. It's, oh my god, right? But I ate too much, and I'm kind of sushied out. There's only so much fish you can eat as sashimi, where now it's like, okay, I kind of had enough sashimi now. And like, even if it's super cheap, it just doesn't hit the same, you know? But man, I'm really spoiled. I was really spoiled living in California, because the diversity of food is so crazy out there. Did see a Taco Bell when I was there a few weeks ago. I was staying in Sumida City, heading to Shinjuku via Uber. Not sure the street name. I'll check it out, but my worry is that it's not gonna be the same. Also, I live in the suburbs now, so it takes me like an hour to get into Tokyo. That's like the big thing right now. It's whenever I stream, by the time I end, it's like, do I really want to commute like 2 hours there and back? Like, I know it's subways. I know I can like sit down and like play games on my phone or whatever. But I feel the obligation whenever I see someone who's older than me. I have to like stand up, give them my seat. It's just like, it's a calling. There's like a compulsion in my blood to offer my seat. So I end up standing for the whole 1 hour the entire time. 2 hour round trip for Taco Bell sounds worth it. But that's the thing. What if it's not the same? What if I want the greasy? What if I want those like really sus sauce packets that say things that are kind of sketchy and weird, you know? Like, I want to be like tear me apart and spread me around, or whatever those weird, like, I don't know when it happened, like 2015 or something like that. Those like the sauce packets always have those weird like sayings on them. Nick, thank you so much for joining, Nick. I'd like to thank you for re-upping the membership. I know one of them says, I want to be inside you. Because it's a sauce packet, because you open the sauce packet, you eat the sauce, and that's how, like, that's what they say. But they put those like weird like sayings on all the packets now. The provocative advertising. I'm kind of glad we're past that era. The most familiar one, I think, that most people would be aware of is Liquid Death, where it's like super provocative and it's just canned water. That's all it is. It's just water in a can, you know, but they're like, liquid death. Can you handle the thirst quenching power of liquid death? And then, you know, like I know there's like products before it that also kind of utilize that technique, like Jones root beer, I believe, where it's like, this ain't your dad's old root beer. This is the modern root beer for the modern man. Can you handle the sarsaparilla flavor? You know, like that kind of stuff. Where they advertising is more of like a, you're not good enough, but can you handle it? That kind of stuff. Someone at my work drinks liquid death. It's just water. When the Twitter post, someone found 10 years old packet and they're like, you came back. Summer's making you think you and the boys are gonna have an identity or gonna cul-de-sac in Japan. Oh my god. I've never actually seen a cul-de-sac here. Thank you for the super though. Wait, did I tell you guys when I showed the boys like my neighborhood, I like took photos of the area and then I sent it over to the boys, like, hey, this is where I'm gonna be staying. Axel was like, damn, it's like you're living in like a Death Note? Like the neighborhood that Light lives in. He was like, the Death Note looking ass neighborhood. So it's like suburby. It's really suburby. Liquid death is just water? Yeah, it's just water. It's basically just water. Oh, speaking of which, there's this whole thing. This entire the entire country right now is under this like massive advertising campaign from Nope, I think. Wait, hold up. I have a can of it. Unfortunately, there's no Death Note. God, I wish. I have a can of it because I was really curious to figure out what it was. Suntory Nope. It's like a cola drink, and it is everywhere. Like, they just will not stop shoving it down everyone's throats. It's, let's see, wait, suntory.jp/nope. Wait, let me see if that actually leads to the website. Suntory.jp/nope. Wait, mute tab just in case. Okay, yeah, here it is. Here, I'll drop it into it. That one right there. That little like smiley face with the X's and the eyes and the tongue sticking out, right? That pink, that like bright pink attention grabbing color, that has been everywhere, all over the place. You just cannot get away from it. It's everywhere. I kind of like the flavor. I'm gonna be real. It reminds me of like a fruity or Dr. Pepper, but it's also really sugary. I have to say it tastes like a worse Dr. Pepper. Yeah, it's like if you watered down Dr. Pepper a bit and then you added it in like LaCroix, like fruits. It's not that bad though. It's not too bad. I feel sleepy if I fall asleep. No worries. No worries. I am familiar with Koi's falling asleep in my streams, so it's all good. What is that stuff? It's like cola, but they claim there's like 99 different flavors in there, but you really can't tell because it just tastes like cola with some fruit. It's just like Dr. Pepper-ish. I personally like it, but it's also really heavy, really high in calories for what it is. This can is 340 milliliters. However, in each 100 milliliter serving, there is 56 calories. So this can is like over 150 calories, and it's only 300 milliliters. So it's a regular can, but it's got like a quarter of your meal's worth of calories. It's crazy. About to fall asleep soon. I have headphones on. Yes, let's go. How much sugar? I can't read it. Wait, this is 14 grams of sugar per 100 milliliter. Wait, let me see. Translate. No way, it's 14 grams of sugar. Oh my god. No, it's technically 14 grams of carbohydrates per 100 milliliters. Their nutritional facts don't separate out which is. I mean, it's soda, right? So it's got all the calories or all the carbohydrates must be sugar, right? Because I can't imagine it being like anything else. Oh my god, no way. How many? Okay, ingredients. Fructose, glucose, liquid sugar, guarana extract. So a little bit of that like Monster-like taste. Monster energy drink-like taste. Water, flavoring, caramel color, preservative, sodium glutamate, caffeine, tyrosine, tryptophan, niacin, vitamin B6. Yeah, so it's like just basic sugar, but with 14 grams of sugar. Or sorry, it's like basic soft drink, but with 14 grams of sugar per 100 milliliter serving. It's crazy. What's the 99 tastes? I don't know. It does not list it. It just simply says 99 flavors. But has it talked about eating people yet? Because I have you on speaker in public. Do you want me to eat people? I mean, it's not. I mean, people are just mean. I'm burned out drinking coffee. I've been looking for something stronger than coffee recently. Zero sugar Monster tastes good. Man, I got baited by a vending machine because it had Monster, and the display can was those giant cans of Monster, and I was like, ooh, like I want a giant can of Monster. Like, it's been a while since I had that. And I ordered it, or like I bought it, and it was like a 250 milliliter skinny thin bottle. Itty bitty. It's like Monster-like flavor, but it was like 200 yen too. And I was like, why is it 200 yen for this tiny little bottle? But at least the flavor was nice. It's the same flavor. I missed it. Someone should have a competitor brand with 100 flavors. It won't even have to have 100 flavors if it had to improve otherwise. I have no idea. But my worry is that they did market research. Like, do you guys remember when, like, what was it, Wendy's? When like McDonald's had the quarter pounder, and then a rival burger shop was like, you guys have a quarter pounder? Well, we have a 1/3 pounder. And then people didn't buy the 1/3 pounder because they thought 1/3 was smaller than 1/4. And I was like, oh my god. Like, people are stupid, okay? It was A&W. Oh yeah, that. Oh man, I feel so bad for that. I feel so bad. So I'm pretty sure that's why they have like 99 flavors instead of like 100 flavors, right? They just drop it down by one because it's catchier to say like 99 flavors, right? They probably did some kind of like market survey research. I'm just so sad about that. Like, what state is this in, you know? And the thing is, you know, like if you see like half a pound, wait, I wonder if half a pound would sell better, or if that would still fall under the, oh well, 4 is bigger than 2, so I want to go with a quarter pounder instead, you know? Like, I don't know. But 3 is smaller than 4, right? If you show people the pie chart with the big slice, they'd get it. No, if you show them a pie chart, they would get so mad because they would get the burger and be like, this burger doesn't look like a pie. I'd like to talk to your manager. I saw the marketing, I saw the image, and it shows a pie chart. Where's my pie? You know, like, that's what they're gonna do. People are so stupid. Oh my god. There's probably a reason why they use a double quarter pounder instead of a half pounder. True. There's probably, yeah, that oh my god, that's right. A double quarter pounder. Because if you say half pounder, they probably think it's smaller. Is it like the number of syllables in the word that tricks the brain into thinking it's big? I don't know. Oh my god, it's so... Isn't that just half? Yeah, when you reduce it down, when you simplify it, it is. It's just a half. But you can't say half pounder, right? You have to say double quarter pounder. Because in people's minds, or at least America, like quarter pounder is a unit of measurement. They can visualize what a quarter pounder burger looks like. So when you say double, they just think, oh, there's two of those, you know? Big word mean big deal. There are people who think 1/4 is bigger than 1/2 because 4 is big. Yeah, there are. That's the thing. Wasn't a third pounder less popular? Yeah, we were just talking about that. I'm just so... Man. I think the thing is, humans are really bad at scale. So like when you think about 1 million, you're like, wow, that's a lot, right? But if you have to visualize 1 million, it's really difficult to visualize 1 million. Like, yeah, you can put together like, oh, you know, here's 1 dot, and then here's like 10 dots, and then if you combine the 10 dots into a square that represents a unit of 10, and you have 10 of those squares, that's 100. Like, yeah, you can do that, but like, that takes what? That takes a while, right? But it's really hard to visualize. When you think of like a population of 300 million people, that's really, it's difficult to visualize 300 million people. But you have to realize like half of them are really dumb. Like, that's 150 people really, that's 150 million really dumb people who don't realize that a third of as a fraction, a third is larger than a quarter, you know? Like, there's enough people that an entire nationwide marketing campaign failed, you know? Like, I've heard the human brain can only comprehend 1, 2, 3 and a lot as numbers. Probably? I'm sure there's some kind of a test you could do, you know? Like the aphantasia test, where you like, think of an apple, right? Like close your eyes and imagine an apple. What does that apple look like to you? You know, like, I'm sure there's a way to like visualize it and like do a test of like, oh, like think about 1 apple, think about 2 apples, and then like see if you can, what the maximum limit is for like the ability for someone to visualize, you know? The bar is subterranean. Dumb? No, you're not dumb. You guys aren't dumb. You guys are able to... What did I order today? Oh my god. It's back, the ping pong. Sorry, hang on, I'm gonna stretch real quick. Okay, hang on, be right back. Alright, I'm back. It's my walking pad. I got a walking pad. So, yeah. I can do walking. I'll be using it for my... I want to do a stream But I don't want to say the idea of the stream right now, because if I do, I'll be less likely to do it. The psychology is weird like that. But walking in heels, I don't know if I could find one right now. I feel kind of bad because I look not presentable at all when I opened the door. I think I may have scared the person because he looked at me and he did like a kind of thing. Just came in, welcome, welcome. I hope you're wearing pants. I was. I actually have PJs on. These PJs have horses on them. Because it's too warm to wear sweatpants now, but it also gets a little bit cold. So I have PJs. Yeah, HUDs. It's because I'm hung like a no, low hanging fruit. No, I'm not gonna make that joke. He said the thing. Tee. How you feeling? I'm exhausted. I did not get good sleep last night. No fish onesie? No, I can't wear my fish onesies. It's too bright. It's orange. It's like orange tan and it stands out way too much. Aromantic Pigeon Madness, thank you for the 8 months. A great question for you. What do you think is the minimum number of bones a person could have and stay alive? The minimum number? Minimum number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you count the rib cage, probably 8. Skull, and then like 6 vertebrae, and then your rib cage. Like you don't really need much more. Like I'm even saying like 6 vertebrae mostly because the brain stem is pretty sensitive to pressure, and if you apply pressure to the brainstem, it could interrupt signals. So you want like some amount of sheathing. No spine, you're fine. You can live without a spine. But like the minimum number, I would say like is probably like around there. Thank you for re-upping the membership. Isn't the spine one of the most important ones? I mean, it's a nice to have, but I wouldn't say it's necessary, you know? What if I don't want some of my spine? That's fine. People can survive without a spine. Do we count the rib cage as one unit or individual ribs? I'm counting it as one individual, like a single unit, like all the ribs connected to the sternum, right? But I don't think you need more than that, to be honest. Just put the meat bits in a jar. No, probably. No, you can't. The brainstem is sensitive. You don't want like the pressure. Excuse me. You don't want the pressure to be like build up on your brainstem and like bend or like twist the nerves in any way. So you want some kind of a sheath. And I'm not sure if 1 vertebrae is enough. I think you need at least like 3 or 4 vertebrae to keep that, like, keep the cables untangled, you know? So I'm pretty sure you could. Like, yeah, you can do the whole like liquefy your bones and put you in a vat so that you become like a floating brain in a vat. Like, yeah, you could do that, but are you really alive at that point? You know? The brainstem massage. God, I kind of want to know what that feels like. I know the brain doesn't have touch receptors because why would there need to be touch receptors in the brain? But like, I think that I like the idea of like giving someone a brain massage. Like, I think that's kind of hot. You know, like you just bolt them down to the ground or the table, and then you take a saw, you just take off their skull cap, and then you just like massage gently through the like. You have to be like super gentle with it, you know. But like you massage those like ridges gently. Like I don't know, like I just think that's really hot. Remoria, give it 33 months. When it comes to the cover tangent, it's not a complaint. How did your interest in the subject start? Was it there or was it sparked by something? I had unrestricted internet access as a child. That's why. Also, growing up, all the teachers told me porn was bad, so don't look at porn. So I ended up looking at other things, and now I associate other things with, like, you know? Yeah. It's kind of like the whole furry thing of like, oh no, we can't make a hot lady. We're gonna turn them into animals. And now you have a whole generation of furries, right? Yeah. Can't porn, go gore, right? It's like, boobs? No. Violence? Like gun violence and body horror? That's fine. You can every kid can watch that, you know? So yeah. That's why. When I was a kid, like I had a thing for blood. Not like bleeding in general, but like just bloody aesthetics. Like I thought like bloody handprints are pretty cool. I thought that was always fun, you know? Like shards of glass with blood on them. Just like, you know, like horror movie aesthetics. Not like psychological horror, but like back then it was more of like just visceral kind of like, you know, like Saw type of horror. Like I was like super interested in that. And my brain is one where I try to like envision the sensations, you know? Yeah, not safe for work? Absolutely not. Not safe for life? That's totally fine, you know? A bloody bathtub looks aesthetic, but the sepsis shock will get you. I know, this is why it's all in fiction, you know? Like, do you guys know how bad it would smell if you had a bathtub actually full of blood? Like, first of all, you need at least 3 people's worth of blood to fill up a bathtub, like a standard bathtub. That's a lot of people, you know? And like, what would you do with the bodies afterwards, you know? So like, just in reality, it's just so much more effort than it's worth. But just as an aesthetic, you know, anime aesthetic, it looks really cool. Absolutely rancid. Yeah, it's gonna rot, smell that. It goes bad so fast. The smell of iron and rot, I personally hate it. I hate the smell of iron and rot. I hate like the coppery, irony smell. I don't like it, to be honest. My nose is really sensitive to the point where I get headaches if I walk through like a department store and I pass by like the perfume area. My nose gets too sensitive. So if I just smell too much iron and blood, it's like, But that also makes it really good for me to, like, I'm not as good as a dog, but like, I can smell bodies. It's pretty easy for me to smell bodies. Like they have a certain smell, like a sticky sourness to them that I can smell pretty far away. You can fill your bathtub with something else. Okay, here's the thing. If you want to have that bloody like experience, the better thing to do is just fill your bathtub with something else and then just have a thin layer of blood on top of it, because it's a lot easier to clean that. And like realistically though, like you're filming something, like no, there's nothing you need to film that would necessitate an entire bathtub's worth of blood. Like just imply it, okay? Like get a dark tarp and then just put it over, and then just wet the tarp with like red dyed glucose, like was it not glucose, glycerin. There we go. Just like red dye glycerin, and then just get like the general vibe of it, and then deal with it in post. Like just add some dark highlights or like highlights to it, and then darken some areas. Just do that in post. There is nothing that you need to film that necessitates that much blood, unless you're like, I don't know, trying to recreate The Shining. And you want to just recreate that one elevator scene with like the flood of blood coming out, right? Like unless you got that kind of money. Don't they use chocolate syrup for prop blood back in the black and white movie films? Yeah, that was one of them. Or Markiplier's new movie, right? Unless your movie is like literally a blood ocean, but for most people you don't need that much blood. It must have been a headache to clean up. Yeah, this is why you shouldn't use real blood generally, because like real blood dries, rots, goes rancid, it cakes up, and like you have to film it like within an hour or so before it loses the texture, and it starts to bubble afterwards too, as like the bacteria inside start to break it down, and it just smells really nasty. This is just get like glycerin and then just put some red food dye in there. Fun fact, if you're craving red meat, it's your body telling you that you need more iron. Now make it for a nice juicy steak. Ooh, could go for that. Corn syrup, yeah. Human and fish blood doesn't smell good to me, but can handle pork blood. I remember going to a pork farm. Pigs are cute, but they sweat. I don't know if you guys know this. Pigs sweat, and they sweat a lot. But when they sweat, they smell like bacon. So it just smells like wet bacon constantly. I don't know how I feel about that, but reenacting Elizabeth Bathory's skincare routine. I wish that was possible. I wish it was possible, man. Just go into a fatal frame realm and there'll be perpetually fresh blood reliving the horror over and over again. I think that'd be so cool though, you know? I want some kind of a deconstruction of horror where they'll be like, you know, instead of Silent Hill, it'll be like Quiet Mound. And then they go in there and it's like they turn it into a process, like a factory, you know? You want free therapy? We can't guarantee that you'll survive, but you'll get therapy nonetheless, right? In Silent Hill, they like hook up one of the ghosts to like a water wheel. So every single time they replay their death while drowning, it pushes the water wheel. So you tap into that as a perpetual energy source because they'll continue to relive that one, like the falling lady, you know, like hook her up to a pulley system that spins a turbine so that every single time she falls and repeats her death, it just keeps pushing the turbine. And then you can generate a whole bunch of electricity that way, you know? Sounds like the mystery flesh pit, but happier. Exactly. I want more of that. I want to see more of that kind of stuff. The Yoshi bath bomb and it got its period mid decay. Oh my god, I saw that. Why did they do that? Why did they make the inside red? What the hell? The outside looked really cute, white and green, the Yoshi colors, and then suddenly red. Like what? Someone split apart by the water wheel. One of the older horror games. Forget which one. There's a lot out there because like the water wheel spins and you can cord them. You hook them up to a thing, a pulley system. Tie a rope to each of their limbs, hands and feet, and then you just keep pulling. And at some point, something gives. It's not the rope. Oh yeah. Apparently there are 3 kinds, and that's the fire flower variant. But no, fire flower should be orange. It shouldn't be red. Oh no. What was that one subreddit? Awful taste but great execution, or like great taste but awful execution. One of those. Also, I found out that a lot of medieval torture devices weren't actually used, and that a lot of it was like people misunderstanding. Like not, it wasn't as prevalent. Like there's a lot of it, but it wasn't as prevalent as people thought it would. Like they're not using the Iron Maiden like daily, which kind of made me a little sad. I thought it'd be really fun to have like a cursed Iron Maiden with like hundreds of souls in it, but like at most you're gonna get like 8, 9. What's your end goal as HOLOSTARS now? I want to burn out, and then I want you guys to put my cremains into a rocket ship and then shoot me into, not the sun. What's the closest star? Alpha Centauri? Just shoot me into a star so it can become a true star. Oh no, wait. Put my cremains into a nuclear bomb and then shoot me out into the sky and then detonate the nuclear bomb for like half a second I can be an actual star in the night sky. Proxima Centauri. Yeah, there we go. How about a Viking funeral? Knowing you guys should probably do it while I'm alive. And it sounds like a glitter bomb, but with extra steps. How we named to start the. Please don't do that. No, you don't have to. I don't want to look in the sky and be like, oh, I see myself in there. You know, I. If I wanted to see myself, I could just look in a mirror. Oh man. But will you end up as a ghost that way? The idea is that I will become a ghost that is bound to space, like the just general space. So in the afterlife, I'll be able to go travel wherever I want, you know, instead of like being bound to a house and then getting really bored, you know, like what if the house doesn't get any updates and what if there's no internet here, you know, that kind of stuff. Now here's another minute. Thank you for the super glee. Thank you. He'll be knocking on the ISS. I think it'd be kind of fun to mess around with people on the ISS, you know? This undead unlock, a character bound in space via the sun. Wait, that sounds like fun though. I wanna fly in space. Won't you be bored? There isn't much in space. I will probably be bored, but like in space, it's pretty easy to travel. Like I could just sleep it off, you know, just push myself in a direction and then just go to sleep and then wake up eventually at some point. Do you know the story about the 10 son and the guy who used a bow to shoot the suns down to 1? You would have your ashes on the bow and shoot it into the sun. I wonder, would it be fun to like be shot into the sun? Space Ghost to go. So give it a super Matthew. Thank you. Gold, give it a super as well. Bad news, as you'll be as fast as a person in space. You won't see all the cool things in space. That's true. That's true. Like if you were a ghost and you could travel faster than light, I would love that. But space is really empty. There's like nothing there. It takes like weeks of traveling by rockets to get to. Doesn't it take a month to get to Mars? And that's on the shortest possible route too. Man. Unbearably hot well before actually getting to the sun itself. Gotta reread the literature on that. Something like that, right? Eventually, shouldn't we stop thinking? I kind of want to be like Dr. Manhattan, where it's like, oh, I tire of humans. And then I go to Mars and then make my own little thing. I'm curious, how fast, given how quickly my hyperfixations on things go away, I'm pretty sure I would be a really cranky, immortal being. Now that I think about it. Because I get bored of something really fast. And then I would just spend time trying to find new experiences to keep me sane. And you fly around naked. That was several years to Mars? No, it's a few months. Isn't it? But as a ghost, would you be able to shut off your perception? Sleep is your body forcing you to take time off. I don't know. Like what? We don't have the specific instruction manual for ghosts. Like, okay, here's the thing. If I do die, before I die, okay, this is kind of why I want to have the control over my death, because before I die, I want to use up all of my life savings to commission a costumer or like a cosplay artist to make me this badass cosplay so that when I die and I come back as a ghost, that's the outfit I'm wearing. You know, like imagine you die and you're just in your PJs, right? And you come back and you're like, ah, shit, I didn't realize like whatever I was wearing at the time was gonna be what I'm stuck with for the rest of time. You know, like I want to have like a sick cosplay that's like well fitted. It's like, ooh, like the buttons are nice. You know, like they jangle a little bit, right? Like I want like a proper outfit so that when I die, that's what I wake up in. You know. Cause like, you know those like ghosts, like the old Victorian era ghosts of the like the women who like have heart attacks, but they're like wearing those like really like super pretty like petticoat dresses and everything. So like when they're walking around and moaning and wailing, like, oh, right, they're still in that dress and they look really pretty, right? I want that. I don't want to just like, I don't know, be like in boxer shorts with like a random graphic tee that's for, you know, a band that died 1,000 years ago because, you know, some guy discovers me in the future, right? Or like if I die like with, I don't know, a bag of Takis in my hand and like a Mountain Dew, like do those come with me? Like do I just forever end up holding on to them? You know, like petticoats are fun. I love the intense and dramatic ones that puff out a ton, right? That's what I'm saying. Would be interesting to see you play World of Darkness TTRPG. Vampires have an existential crisis with ennui. The curse of immortality. I know I don't want to be immortal, but like I kind of want to like a little flavor, like a little taste, you know, just a little bit of it. Gotta have drip, exactly. In your Hans PJs, I don't know how I feel about that. Or maybe I could do like, I don't know, like I'd wear cat ear headbands. And then like, what if it's a maid dress? What if I just get like a really well fitted maid dress and then I die and then that's what I come back in? Man. Oh god, you offer cat ears, yeah. Get to the Egyptian afterlife, gotta bury you with Takis and video games and grave goods. I want you guys to bury me with my Steam library. Because if I die and I come back as a ghost, at least now I'll have time to go through my entire Steam library. Because I would feel kind of crap if I died having not touched like 95% of my Steam library. I'm just saying, you know, like... Imagine dying in cosplay. Ooh, Miku Hatsune. Hatsune Miku. Just, oh my god. Wait, I'm thinking about this, but like they're doing like a ghost hunters thing, right? And they're like, oh my god, wait, I just saw like a green wisp around there behind that door. Like, oh, let's go check it out, right? And they see it's like, oh, is that a Hatsune Miku? What? No, that's a guy in a Hatsune Miku cosplay. Why is he so jacked? Wait, is he a ghost? Wait, is that an actual ghost? Is that a ghost dude? Dressed up as Hatsune Miku? Floating through the walls? Like, what the hell is... You know, could you imagine? We would be the most unserious generation of ghosts, right? God, could you imagine like a Zoomer dying nowadays? And then like 50 years, or like 150 years down the line, there's like Ghost Hunters, season 99, you know, episode 12, and then they're just going around the hallways and they just hear the distance. Ooh, 6, 7, ooh. You know, like that kind of shit? Like, oh my god, we would be so unserious. Just the memes that we would pull. Oh my god. The Ouija board, but it's just 6, 7. The planchette's doing nothing but going back and forth between 6 and 7. And it's like, what does that mean? It's like, according to my research, 6, 7 is an ancient meme that was used back in 2025. Yeah, the planchette's just 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Oh my god. We'll be the ghost from Ghostbusters, but more unhinged. I would be so down with that. If chat, if we all become ghosts, we have to agree just to be like the most unserious stuff. Could you imagine like the old ghosts are there, like, Zoomer ghosts, millennial ghosts. Like, these kids, these newfangled ghosts have no care for tradition. They don't go around throwing like cups and tables and stuff like poltergeist, like a proper poltergeist, you know? They're just walking around moaning 6, 7, 6, 7, ooh, all the time, you know? Chat, is this real? Oh my god. Oh my god. You're just walking around in the distance. Chat. Is this real? Hey yo, clip that. Ooh. Oh my god. For me, it'll be like, I'll just be like stuck in a loop, just repeating the same thing. Just be like, thank you for the super chat. Content creator ghosts will be so annoying. Oh my god, that's right. Jarvis on their asses. Oh my god. Dude, like the spirit boxes, we would mess with them, the Labubu thing. Oh my god, like, could you imagine? There's like a new generation of ghost hunters that go around with the spirit box and it like perks up and the static's like and then like, oh, wait, the static, the spirit box is reacting. What does it say? What does it say? And they bring the camera closer to it and goes like, la, boo, boo, like that. Oh my god. Wait, whoa, thank you for the 50. Oh my goodness, 50 gifted memberships. Wait, what the heck? Thank you. Oh my goodness, can we get some hearts in chat? 50. That's crazy. Yo, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my goodness, look at that. Whoa. If you're missing one, please be sure to thank intro the channel badge and the emotes. Thank you. Imagine a ghost rickrolling you, right? We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Man. We just, our generation is not serious at all. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad. Oh man. I wonder if they have to like, I don't know, this is like a DMV for ghosts or something. Ghosts are just gonna smash the spirit box because we rickroll them. I kind of wish we had like good technology in the future to like actually speak with ghosts. Gonna fall back asleep. Can I have a moe koi? Sparkle, 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 sparkle. Oh, there's like construction happening outside, sorry. Hope you get some good eats and good sleeps. Thank you for reaping the membership. Thank you for the 3 years. Ah. Phasmophobia, 80 years from now, ghost hunters are mad after a fruitless night when some of the ghost goes, skill issue. Man. You know what? I'm gonna hold you all to that. If any of us, if we all become ghosts, right? We gotta meet up again. We gotta have like a little VTuber ghost convention thing. You know, we gotta hang out again, and then and then we just go play really harmless pranks on people. Man, if you do turn into ghosts, what place will you be haunting? That's the thing, though. I don't know if I could pick. I wanna be a free floating ghost, you know, but I know like you gotta get visas and all that stuff, and airplane costs are getting expensive, you know. Like, I think the best thing you would have to do is try to haunt a small piece of like a small trinket, but in a trinket in like a obviously haunted spot, you know. Babylon goggles, give it the super. Imagine getting memed by a ghost from 80 years ago, getting hit with the Kilroy was here. No sub radio. Do you think they are? Do you think they're still doing that? Like, oh, somewhere in Europe, like they're still doing like Kilroy was here memes? Oh my god. Definitely haunt his VHS tape. Oh, the VHS tape? I think that'd be really cool, but like the problem is, at some point, there will be less and less technology to actually play the VHS tape. Like, God. I kind of thought about this with like Jiro from My Hero Academia, the girl that deal, like her power is that she has earlobes that are 3.5mm jacks and she plays music. And it's like, most phones nowadays don't have 3.5mm jacks, you know? Like, you have to start going specifically after vintage hardware because 3.5mm jacks are being phased out everywhere. So at some point, you know, like VHS tapes, they'll be gone. Like, I still have a few, but, you know, maybe in like 20, 30 years, VHS tape players will become antiques and only like collectors will have them, you know? A haunted CD doesn't hit the same. No, I would have to be a haunted USB flash drive. I can't, like, not, like, most laptops even don't come with, like, CD drives now, you know? So I can't be a CD. And I would at least hope that I'm, like, a DVD worth of a ghost. I would hope that I have a few gigabytes. I would feel kind of sad if I could fit on a CD. And be like, that's it? My entire ghost haunting experience can only fit on, what, like, 70 megabytes? Like... At least a gigabyte, please, you know? Sad realization your possessed item is obsolete. That would be really sad. Like, I'm sure there's a couple of ghosts out there that are tied to marbles, but we'll just never find them because who plays with marbles anymore, you know? Turns out when the Bluetooth headphone battery dies, 3.5mm jack is more appealing. You would think, but I can't. All my stuff doesn't have. Oh, excuse me. Let me check. Yeah, my own phone right now doesn't have 3.5mm jack. It's got a USB cable and a speaker. I don't even think my camera has that either. Shoot for a haunted 10TB SSD. I wouldn't know what to fill up the 10TB SSD with. I have like 5 terabytes. I have a 1TB drive right now that my operating system is on, and then 4TB worth of extra storage space. But most of it's just video games. Most of it's games I download off of Steam. So my Steam library takes up most of that. But my personal files don't take up that much space. But yeah. Reinventing Shintoism from first principles. Haunted 10TB SSD. Could you imagine what the mortgage payment would be on a 10TB SSD that you have to haunt? I have a data hoarding problem, so I appreciate the Terras. I don't know what's data hoard anymore. I used to do the whole yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, but nowadays I just don't care. Like, it sounds weird, but like at this point, I just don't like. I don't watch that many movies anymore. I don't listen to that many songs anymore. Like the stuff I do care about is like nostalgic stuff that doesn't exist anymore. You know, ROMs. That's the thing, though. I'm gonna be real. Ever since I took the job of streaming here at HOLOSTARS, I don't really play games off stream anymore. Like, I'll play ARAMs on League, or, you know, a little bit of Marvel Rivals here and there, and some Tarkov. But like outside of those three, I don't really play games that much off stream. So like I have my Switch. Oh, that's right. Speaking of which, tomorrow there will not be a stream from me, but the boys and I will be doing some Super Smash Bros. And I don't think Super Smash Bros. Is a game that requires multiple point of views. So I'll just be playing along. Do check out the other boy streams though. Yeah. Haunted USB that acts like a spoofed one. All the lost files give energy to the ghost. I kind of want to be a haunted USB. Like Giffany from Gravity Falls, you know? Like I think it's gonna be kind of fun, like to be a haunted like USB device. Because like you plug me in and then I get to infect your computer, and then if you're hooked to the internet, I get to access all the internet. That way I can stay up to date on memes, you know? Who's your main? I don't know. I haven't touched it in a long time. I used to main Rosalina. But again, like, I haven't touched Smash in like 3 years, so I don't know. Official Weeby malware when? I'm gonna be real. If I were to haunt someone's PC, I would effectively just become a Shimeji. I would just be wandering around your desktop and like moving files around when you're not paying attention, like behind your windows, just like shuffling things around, and I would just be playing pranks like that. I don't know if I would do anything else, because my worry is, what if I mess up with your PC too much that it messes up with my own code, you know? A tiny menace, but still a menace. A modern Bonzi buddy. Man. Bonzi buddy or Clippy. You know what? That's what they should have done. Why didn't they make Clippy like the main mascot? You know, why'd they have to make it Cortana? And now it's like Copilot. Ugh, just give us Clippy back. My files are suspiciously well organized with your proper metadata tagging, damn you. Shimeji judging the clutter. I would, but I can't really do that, because I too also live like this, so. Although talk of haunting PCs reminds me of the show Ghost Rider. I don't remember. That does sound familiar though. Can we head pat the ghost wee wee? Yes. You may head pat just once. I wonder if Copilot would be more or less successful if they gave it a mascot like Clippy. It would be. I'm sure it would have been more successful. Like, it. I hate to say it, but if they gave it an anime aesthetic, I think it would have succeeded a lot more. Like the metaverse stuff and how like Meta has now given up entirely on the metaverse idea. If they had given the metaverse like anime aesthetics, it would have worked a bit better than whatever this is. The reveal where you weren't actually ghosts, but an advanced AI that makes you ghost down, which makes you the ghost down everything. No, I don't want to be AI. Don't turn me into an AI. Oh, there's so much construction happening. What's going on out there? Will you be haunting our internet history too? No, I'll be taking a peek through your AO3 bookmarks though. just to see what your tastes are like and judge your tastes. That's much worse. Yeah. No, none of this like, oh, delete my internet history. No, it's delete my AO3 bookmarks. Delete my AO3 account. Oh my god. It's all fluff and slow burn. Sometimes the slow burn is too slow. It's like slow burn, and the tag slow burn total words 178,566. It's like there's no burn there. That's not even a burn. That's like glacial. Like what? How many chapters does a slow burn have to sever? It's too okay. I have a limit. My limit is like 3 chapters. You know, like if you have it clearly established that this is going to go somewhere, but nothing happens in 3 chapters, I check out. You know. Only 3 chapters is not enough. What do you mean? What kind of, wait, how long? I'm talking about 3 chapters as in, okay, like the chapters I'm thinking about are like 20 to 30 paragraphs. I think that's a good enough. Slow burn, more like frost burn. When you make a slow burn but forget the romance. The thing is, okay, I'm not saying they go from like first meeting each other to banging in 3 chapters. I mean, like, there's gotta be progress in those 3 chapters, you know? Like, one of them has to come to terms with their feelings, right? Like, they have to be like, oh shoot, I really like this guy, you know? Like, there has to be some progress in those 3 chapters, okay? Like, and then from that point, that's a checkpoint, right? From that checkpoint, there's another 3 chapters of like development, you know? I see the screenshot from an illustration from a certain game, and every time I open my desktop, Shinri is handing me Microsoft Edge. Here, let us go explore the internet together. Abby doing, thank you so much for the super. Thank you. Not 3 chapters, that's a 15 chapter moment. No, like progress. There's gotta be development, you know? 20 to 30 paragraphs can have wildly different word counts per book. That's fair. But in my experience, it's just like 3 chapters worth, you know? Start eating your plate before the dinner gets cold. I don't know. Because if it takes longer than 3 chapters, like this is the reason why I couldn't finish a Court of, was it Thorn Roses? A Court of Thorn and Roses or whatever that one, the one that was going viral on Book Talk. I couldn't finish that. It was just really, it was really stupid. I didn't like it at all. But yeah, A Court of Akatar. Yeah, Akatar. Thorn and Roses, that one. I couldn't. Weren't they going really fast in the book? Okay, to be fair, I didn't like the main character, and it was too, like, I don't like it. Book Talk books aren't meant for people like us. That was your first mistake. I didn't have any investment, you know? I didn't have any, like, there wasn't like a reason why I should care, you know? But tropey. I mean, the thing is, I like tropes. It's just there's no, if you don't give me a reason why I should care about the main character, then I'm not going to, right? This is kind of why fanfics are nice. Hang on, I want to give you guys a tag. I'm gonna give you guys a hashtag. Let me go find it right. Make sure it's the right hashtag. Wait, let me see. Hashtag. Is it this one? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's the right tag. Okay. There we go. That's the tag. Mr. Patriot Canadian thought of making an AO3 account, but it either be for fanfics featuring a blend of psychological supernatural horror or adult stories based on specific premises. You gotta find an author who deals in your very specific interests. And it takes a while to curate. It takes a while to go through. But like when you find a good author, you're like, oh, yes. Yes, they write the thing I want to see, you know? Oh wow, all the art under that hashtag on Twitter. Right, whoa. Art is cool. I'm not going to say anything more about that. Do keep in mind that it's Twitter, so you may see things. You may see a lot of things. Be careful. Just I think about it, going to thinking of this one video that the person dramatically reading the book in TTT would have hit me on this couch. Yes. Oh my god. There was this one person who was like summarizing the whole video, and they did a pretty good job. It was, gosh, I can't remember what they said, but I remember like during that heyday, when it was all the rage, there were lots of people just like ragging on it. If you expect slow burn in 3 chapters with those two, you're barking out the wrong tree. No, here's the thing though. With those two, it's fine because the slow burn happens throughout the games and it takes you like 15 hours to play through one game, right? So like the slow burn, like the burn has been going on. Okay? So like you're not jumping into a new scenario where everything's happening. It's been happening. You know? Yeah, it's been 6 games. It's been happening. This, you know, the entire time so far. Which Apotter is thinking about the super. No, this isn't a bookstore, but there's a website called Prince of Southland. It's slow burn-ish, but full of a lot of drama if you give it a chance. Ooh, I'll have to check it out. But that's super. Gold thing as well. Angst idea. The immortal is forced to see their loved one flanderized by a big corporal using their image for profit. Could you imagine if there was like an immortal who loved Astolfo and then now whenever they go to look for references of their lover Astolfo, it's just the femboy? Like, like you know what they were like originally, but now culturally there's only one type of Astolfo that people think about, you know? That would be kind of angsty though. Opera-like style, you start in the middle of the action and later explain what's happening. I wish I was good enough at writing to put something like that together. Man. I wonder if that's gonna happen for me. Probably not, but I wonder, you know? Like way off in the future, they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna recreate Josueji Shinri. Here was a figure from the past." Almost like a pseudo reincarnation style romance plot. I can't remember your face meme, but it slowly becomes anime Astolfo. No. I can't remember your face. I'm beginning to forget what your face looks like, and it just slowly, a transparent Astolfo starts to become more and more opaque on the screen. Oh my god. I hope not. They can't match your freak. I want someone who can match my freak. Oh my god, there's so much construction happening. I don't even know, like, if it's possible. Okay, like, genuine question. How do you find people who match your freak without, like, okay, how do I phrase this? How to explain it? Okay, because the thing is, you have to find someone who matches your freak, but you have to filter out the people who are just doing it for social media clout. You know, the ones who just say that, oh, I am so freaky, right? They'll just say it, but they're not actually freaky. Like, how do you filter those people out? Like, how do you find them, you know? Mickey, think of the 38 months, so pretty, but if you close your eyes. Ask them about oviposition. That's the thing though, like oviposition is so mainstream now that a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm totally into that. But you're not sure if they actually are into it or if they're just saying it because like it makes for a good clip, you know? Like how do you filter those people out? That's like 0.5 freak, yeah. Is it really though? Yeah, like almost everyone knows what oviposition is, right? And because content creator economy, it's easy for everyone just to say that they're freaky, you know? Check their methods of cleaning the hard stains. It got appropriated by the normies. Through conventions. Are there freaky conventions? I don't know if there are freaky conventions. What about the thing you mentioned about stitching veins? I mean, I suppose. You remember how you freaked out Gerard by asking about oviposition? Today I found out they're performative freaks. Yeah, that's the thing. There are, everything is performative. It's just, it makes for good clips. It makes for good viral videos to talk about. Oh my god, like oh I want to like, I don't know, like what. The thing is, my brain actively dislikes that kind of stuff, so I can't think of anything right now because I don't have it off the top of my head. It's not important enough for me to dedicate memory to it. But stuff like, oh, you know, what do people say nowadays for things? I can't even think off the top of my head. Like, I actively filter that stuff out of my memory. Hear me out cakes, and it's all just conventionally attractive people, right? You're into vor? Name 5 subgenres of vor, poser. I bet you only like soft vor. You don't even like hard vor. Psh. If you guys don't know what the difference between soft and hard vor is, consider yourselves lucky. You guys don't have to know. You will learn when you're older. Everyone wants a goth until they do witchcraft, right? Until they start seeing corpses of ravens and just like actual dead animals start to like fill up the house. How freaky is it into giving positive affirmation mind break? Is that even possible? What is soft vor? Okay, so soft vor and hard vor, like soft vor is like you just eat them. Hard vor is you eat and you digest them. So like one results in death, one does not result in death. So there you go. With the right audience, probably, maybe. But like when you're looking for, yeah, like Kirby. There you go, Kirby. Are they not the same? No, because sometimes you just pass them through and then they're alive, and then sometimes you don't pass them through. How would you eat them but not digest the part you eat? It's fiction. It's fantasy. It's not. You're not actually eating them. There's also like the whole size issue. Like there are people who prefer them to be like more realistic. Like you have to chop up your meal. You have to like piece them out and then eat them in bite-sized chunks. And then there's others where like you unhinge your jaw and then you can swallow them whole. And then the whole part is to be like engulfed in your partner wholly, just like in the fleshy stomach sacs or whatever. You know, like there's different types of that, but it's all fictional, you know. Wings of Hope, Okwedi, happy 30. What did I walk into? Okwedi. Now I wonder if Shinri's into vor. It's not particularly my thing. There are aspects of it that I like. Like I kind of like inside out vor, like the slime vor stuff, where like the slime goes down someone's throat and then like digest them from the inside. But that's not necessarily like the vor aspect of it, but it's more of like the whole like liquefying people and merging together and fusing together kind of aspect of it. So like there are parts of it that I appreciate, but it's not simply just the act of eating that I like. So yeah, it sounds vaguely comforting if you die. It's like a big hug. Yeah. Being in slime sounds like a nightmare. Gelatinous cubed. Slime vor is low-key peak. Slime vor is alright. It depends. I don't like slime vor where the slime is just kind of slime. I like slime vor when slime is more like, you know, like Morpha from Legend of Zelda, the water temple boss, where like the water has hardness to it. It has a form. It's not just like jelly liquid. Like it can create constructs with the water because it has control over the entire thing. Yeah, like structured, exactly. I like it when it's more like that. Is liking Giantess make you a freak? I don't think so. I think size difference is I think it's a pretty like common thing. I mean, they're like size different couples already, you know, like the hamster eating a banana meme, you know, like parts of it exist. I wouldn't say it's too extreme. Final Fantasy pudding. Oh god, I know that one, right? Yeah, that one. Size difference is pretty common, but it's like it's pretty tame. It's just like due to like general physiology, like it becomes part of that, you know. I feel that's common. Yeah, I would say that's pretty common. Vudanka, thank you for the 38 months. Happy 38 months. Hearing you talk about this topic, I wonder if JP Senpai Starman know you well aside deep voice and you're respectful when you meet them. It would be so funny when they know. I don't know if they will. It would be hard to explain because these require language that's beyond my skills to properly convey. Thank you for re-upping the membership. Grady upgrady. Legit curious, do guys like size difference as much as girls do? Just curious. I mean, I would say, I'm saying yes, but you gotta realize, like, people are people. So, like, just as many varied tastes as there are for women, there are as very many varied tastes for men too. You know? Just go to Pixiv and turn off save search. I've seen a lot of size bara stuff. Yeah, I think size difference is a pretty common one. It's pretty basic, I'm gonna be real. Like, when you get to like hyper, I think hyper is a little bit more niche compared to like general size difference, but I think like hyper is still pretty basic. Like yeah, big boob, big butt, like obviously, you know. I would say that's pretty basic. Maybe like 1.5, you know, like on the scale of like the standard distribution chart, you're like a little bit like you're leading towards more extreme edges, but it's still like well within the standard deviation of just basic stuff, you know. As a guy, size different doesn't do it for me, but something associated with it does, so it's eh. Right? It's like you gotta find the one that's like very specific to your tastes, and there are aspects of it, but not everything has that. You know? It's like, there's like this, okay, there's this one very specific thing that I personally like, but it doesn't exist. It really doesn't exist. I've been looking for it, and I've been trying to find an artist who draws the thing that I want to see, but it doesn't exist, and it's so hard to find, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's so specific. I had to write my own fanfics. Pay. There isn't much of it. No, like things slightly tangentially related to it exist, but it doesn't exist in the form that I wanna see it. Like the girl with the one sock tag. What? Wait, there's a tag specifically for femme anime characters that only have one sock? Gotta commission your dreams into reality. No, I can't. I'm gonna become the Wonder Bread guy. I can't do that. If I start commissioning artists asking for this very specific thing, I'm gonna be known as the Wonder Bread and wild the rainforest deforestation dude. Like, that's, you know, like, it's like that. Yeah, it's that specific. Or the elephant guy, the one that's going around asking everyone to draw their characters as elephants. Like, the taste is so specific that it would become a very easily recognizable pattern. You know? That's why I can't do it. Wonder Bread guy. There's a guy who has a thing for like hot anime characters purchasing Wonder Bread. And not just like one loaf, but like shopping carts full of Wonder Bread. And they have a lot of money, and they go around commissioning people to draw their favorite characters buying Wonder Bread. A patron of the arts. Yeah, also, I'm not rich enough to commission that many pieces. Don't be a coward, let your freak flag fly. Ah, it's really specific though. Specifically Daisy from Mario as an elephant. Yeah, that one too. Man's very dedicated to his passion. Specifically blonde white girls buying unholy amounts of Wonder Bread. Yeah. But that's the thing, like you guys all know exactly what we're talking about. Say it. Say it. There's like 2 mangas that are like one-shots that kind of talk about this scenario. Just to get rich enough, God, that's what I do. If I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell you one, but there would be signs. Surprising amounts of a very specific fetish. Commissioned art starts appearing on Twitter, you know? Oh my God, could you imagine? Oh my God. That's how you guys would know. If a bunch of very highly specific, but this one, like, one niche, like, particular scenario keeps getting commissioned over and over again, you know? With saying what the very specific thing is, encourage more people to draw it. That's the thing, though. I don't know, like, I would love to have enough artistic skill to pull off a Helltaker, where it's like, I love seeing hot demon women in suits because women should wear more suits. And then they make a game that goes viral, and now everyone makes fan art of the Helltaker demons, and they're all really hot. My favorite is Justice. I love Justice. God, I love Justice so much. Not everyone can pull off something like that, you know? I don't know if I could pull that off. Doesn't everyone like hot demon women in suits? So here's the thing. Hot demon women in suits did exist, but it was almost all succubus types, you know? Like overly busty, like clothes coming off, and they're like, you know, the red demon girls with like the succubus tail. It was always like that, like the Western style of succubi. It was more like that, right? But Helltaker opened up to like, they're just like clean in suits. You know, there isn't like a succubus, like, yeah, like one of them is a succubus, but like there isn't like that overly like westernized vibe to it, you know? True succubus is still the majority, exactly. Office vixen, right? But like none of the characters in Helltaker are like, oh, look at me, I'm so sexy, ooh, I'm gonna, you know, like it's not like that kind of a succubus. They're just like clean. You know, they're wearing a suit. The suit looks nice. Proper suits, yeah. Very demon-y demon women as opposed to normal women in suits. They happen to have horns. Yeah, exactly. Aren't succubi Western by default? Well, no. When you're like, if you compare the anime representation of what succubi look like versus what like Western drawings of succubi look like the Western ones are, I don't know. I think they both miss the vibes in their own ways. But like Helltaker, I think did it really nicely. It's kept it classy, you know. My Oshi is a Justice believer, my man. I love Justice. I love the fact that she's blind, but she's super chill with everything, and I love that her Kohai Judgment is so too saucy. No, it's like overly, like they're just like overly stripper vibes, you know? I don't know how to explain it. There's like a vibe to it that I just don't like. It's just like too much in one direction, you know? Basically demon succubus in a plain suit. On it, like they're just like a person. They're just like a person in a nice, well-fitting suit. They happen to have horns, and they all have white hair. Too porn-like? Yeah! No, specifically too Western porn-like. Like, have you seen, like... You know, you guys have seen, like, those like, advertisements for those, like, Western porn games where it's like, you know, just like realism versus porny. Yeah, this is like one of the big reasons why I hated that NVIDIA DLSS 5 thing that they did with Grace. The AI filter just makes her look like porn actress, and it's like, what? That's so gross. Why would you do that? You know? But yeah, they're out there. You would automatically know they're succubi. I want just like someone more chill than that, you know? I need to know if you like Noi from Dorohedoro. Wait, let's find out. Noi from Dorohedoro. Oh, she looks really sweet. I like her smile. Yeah. All these specific ink art is either MS Paint doodles or old master tier art. Never really in between. I know. God. With the Super Babylon goggles. I like Noi. She looks nice. I love how like half of her art, she's got this like slight, I don't know what, her mouth like moves slightly to the side. It's not a smirk. It's kind of like, what would you describe? Like her smile isn't centered. It's like slightly off to the side. It's really cute. The only anime girl I like in a suit is Pakonoda from Hunter x Hunter. Let's see. It is a suit, and it's a like what, pencil skirt? There really isn't much to work with here. It's just a blazer and a pencil skirt. Like, she looks nice, but there really isn't much really there to work with. Murderous golden retriever, and she has healing magic. Ah. So by suit you mean pants. I would prefer pants. Masked form? Where's the masked form? I don't know if you could. Masked form? I'm only seeing her character. I don't know if she's got like a transformation or whatever. I've never watched Hunter x Hunter. Sorry. Zanny from Wuwa? Zanny, Wuthering Waves. Okay, out of context, yes, she's very pretty. However, the Genshinification of that design and the outfit stands out a little too much. You know, like it's not against her like character at like it's not like it's not shade at her, right? It's shade at like the Genshinification of so many of these same like Wuthering Waves is wait, who is the dev for Wuthering Waves? Developer, let's see, who's that? Is it Kuro Games? It's Mihoyo? It's Kuro Games, yeah. I would love to see fan art that renders her differently than the exact same Genshin lighting and poses and stuff like that. It's just, I'm sorry. She looks like a very sweet lady, but like I'm seeing some of the other fan art, like not her official character art. Like the fan art is nice because it's like a different rendering of it, but it's just I'm Genshin'd out. I'm Zenless Zone zeroed out. I'm like all of it. I'm fan art's always saving the character. What do you mean Genshinification? Like the shading? Do you mean their outfit? I need to know. I don't know how to put words to it, but there's a vibe that when you see the character, they have this like style to them that is just, it just screams gacha game. It screams like mobile gacha game type stuff, you know? I don't know, is it like the shoulders? Like, the shading definitely adds to it, sure. The lighting style in the game like definitely contributes to that, right? But not even talking about like the lighting or the shading, but just the outfit design on its own. Like, I don't know, like what are those pants? Like super tight pants that get loose at the very end, like really tight, like bell bottom type stuff, but it's not really like what? I don't know, there's a vibe about it. There's a vibe. Can you get an opinion on Greta Hoffman? Hoffman, reverse 1999. Oh, yes! Oh my god, she's so pretty. I like that. There we go. Yes, reverse 1999. If you guys want good designs, check out reverse 1999. Oh my god, reverse 1999 is so good. It's reverse 1999 is incredible. My personal favorite right now is still Tuesday. I still love Tuesday. For obvious reasons. I love her characterization. I love the fact that she's a poison-based character in gameplay. I love that her entire lore is haunted motel made. It's like, oh my god. Tooth Fairy, yeah, Tooth Fairy too. I love Tooth Fairy. I'm trying to build my poison team together. I got Willow. By the way, every single day for the last, or I guess like 3 more days, you get free 10x pulls. 1 free 10x pull per day. You can pick and choose which 6-star character you want. So yeah. I don't care if the design is good, the game is ass, and the story is chopped up. No, it's so good though. I love how the fact that the story is in pieces makes sense though, because time, it's all like wibbly wobbly. I knew you would like Tuesday. Yeah, I love Tuesday. Man. Mantra from Arknights. Mantra from Arknights. Let's see. Ooh. I need to find where's art of Mantra. I need to find like a pic of him without the fancy stuff in the background. There's too much fancy stuff happening in the background. Can I just get like a body pose of them? Okay, there we go. Ooh. I love her, but the jacket, the techwear jacket. Okay, I love it, but the techwear, the jacket, the techwear stuff. Okay, I get it. Arknights, everything is techwear. Yeah, but like, I'm techweared out too. I'm gonna be real. Like, I love the rest of it, but the design, the sharp lines on the jacket, or the bottom of the jacket, like it's just too overdone. I get that the world is techwear, but like I don't know. The straps on her tail? What are those for? Like, what does she keep it together on that tail? I want to hug that tail. That look at the texture on the tail is really pretty though. I love that. But like, what are the straps for? Are they? Yeah, we're talking about matcha from ArcNets. Do you even tech wear, bro? I can't. I'm tech weared out. I'm Genshin'd out. This is why I've been like more into Reverse 1999 because I really like the unique designs of all the characters there instead of the tech. Maybe it'll come back around, but for me, I'm kind of burned out of tech wear. As an NPC, I really love an ArcNet's gotta dig my brain. Grand Blue Fantasy. They're conduits in the in-game magic system. Mantra's voice is their selling point. I don't know if I could play it because it'll come up on stream right now. No android with robot bodies? What do you define robot body? Like, are we talking about like the robot twins from that one game? Or like Nier? Aren't Nier like the androids? I think the robots in Nier are really cute. They have like funny heads. The androids look like people, so they're just people in my brain. Danny, they give it 8 months. Okay. You showed a lot of interest in Nier. I was also completely smashed. I don't remember most of what happened but the second half of the game. I do want to play some more, but I have to go put in perms for it. I gotta go. Apparently for Nier and for Fatal Frame, they are date specific. So I can't just be like, hey, can I play sometime at the end of March or like end of April? I have to pick a specific date, which is gonna be weird because I have to like schedule things out properly because I think like Octavio had his birthday and Haka has his birthday coming up too. So I gotta figure out what the boys wanna do for like, if we do any collabs at all, when that's gonna be and all that blah, blah, blah stuff. Mickey, thanks a lot, Mike. Get some good eats and good sleeps. Objectively correct robot design is silly little scrunkles. Human form is overrated. Yes, I agree. Scrunkles. Give them really big eyes and then separate the eyes really far apart on their bodies, so they look like little scrunkles. Those are the best. If I were to sell a ZZZ character to you, it would have to be based off their animation. Oh my god. Small rant, but like the subreddit for ZZZ is just Gooner Central. It's just like, hey, check out my cosplay of this character. And it's just like tits. And like, oh hey, check out this fan of this character. And it's just tits. And it's like, guys, where is the actual discussion about the gameplay? Where is like the talk about the story? Where's like, why? It's, oh my god. And I say, like, yeah, you can say it is Reddit, but like at the same time, if you look for like ZZZ fan art on Twitter, it's all just Gooner bait. I'm just so tired of the Gooner bait. My understanding is ZZZ is Gooners all the way down, Reddit or not. Yeah, pretty much. And the thing is, I like the gameplay. It's fun. Counters are fun. Swapping characters in and out is fun. Like, it's really, like, it's fun to play. But the community is just Gooners. Ah. The bunny mascot. Yeah, the Bang Boos are really cute. I love the Bang Boos. Insane the difference between ZZZ and Genshin Reddit, for instance, right? I quit over the new lady who's basically naked under the cloak. Just, the game is fun. The gameplay is good. Like, they get do all those combos and like swapping characters back and forth in the middle of the fight and counter characters swapping. Like, Dunger, thank you for the swoop. Man, the combat rocks. Yeah, give me that. Give me less Gooner characters, but give me the gameplay. Like, I like the gameplay of it. It's really fun. I'm guessing you wouldn't recommend ZZZ? No, I would not recommend it at all. It's fun to play, but just like the community, you have to realize, or at least like the most obvious part of the community, the one that's like easily witnessed online, are mostly gooners, and I don't like that. But the gameplay itself is fine. I adore Victoria Housecut Binko, but the fans are, yeah. My favorite character is Karin, the spooky little maid with the pizza cutter. That was my main, because I really liked her combos. But yeah, love the gameplay with different characters all have different playstyles. Yeah, and the way that you could like sync them up together. One of them gives boosts when they're off stage or like off the map or off the level. They like give time-based boosts. So like you boost a character, you have 10 seconds, you swap to another one, you boost again, then you swap to the third one, and that one has like both like their own like double buffs and everything, and like timing all those like the gameplay is fun. The gameplay is good, but Corin, my baby. I like Corin. The Frankenstein daughter, yeah. Ever since the foot shot of Grace's trailer, it was clear what the game's vibe was. No shade to the goofy gooning, it's just a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Like, what are we even doing at that point? You know? What are we even doing? Man. Limbus Company. Whatever happened with that? I heard a lot about Limbus Company. What are your thoughts on Xiao? The tiny rabbit running with the... Is that character from ZZZ? That looks like... I know what audience this character is designed for. Limbus Company. Limbus Company. I've heard a lot about Limbus Company, but I've actually never played it. Ooh, they all have suits, but in a not good way. It's all the same suit. Oh wait, no, there's other character art where they have different outfits. Okay. Is it a uniform they're wearing? Is that why they all look identical? Hey Aka, hey Akitos. Konnichiwa, welcome. Oh, it's in the game name. Limbus Company. They're all part of the company, so they all do the same uniform. Okay, that makes sense. I like the characters. Their faces are unique. I like that. The hairs are nice. There's too much of just they are people. I want more monster stuff. I want some more like eldritch stuff. Are they all just people? Have a nice stream. Thanks for stopping by, Aka. You have a good one too. We have monster girls who bite their MC in Path to Nowhere. Path to Nowhere. Ooh. Okay. The character art is really nice, but I'm more impressed how sharp they are. Their eyes. God, I love how sharp their eyes are. Play Path to Nowhere. You'll like Reverse 1999? I have been playing Reverse 1999. I have it on my phone. I just can't share it because I don't have perms to play it. But man, wait, hold up. I wonder, did I pull? I enjoy Identity V. Identity V character designs. I think that's an NG for us. I don't think we can play Identity 5 at all. Hang on, let's see. Okay, wait. Did I do my polls? Let me double check. Oh, I did do my polls. I had to wait. Next free poll is in 5 hours from now. I'm so impatient. I wish I could show you my team right now. My team at the moment is Tuesday, Willow, Jessica, and Marsha. And I'm trying to get Sotheby. But Sotheby banner is not showing up for a while. But man. Double check? I don't think so. Here, hang on a minute. Let me go double check. Perms list. Let me go check. Identity. We have perms to play Detroit Become Human and Extreme Spoiler RPG. The last enemies and identity is the hero's father. We do not have Identity V perms. Oh, yeah. Marsha, I forgot. She's the redhead who is defense support shielding redhead. So she's got the really cool ability where if any one of your members are attacked up to 2 times, she will auto cast shields. And it's really broken. It's really broken. She casts shields so often every single turn that you just can't break it, which is why she's on my team right now, because the idea is I poison the enemy and then I shield myself, so I get to just slowly watch them die and they can't fight back. Yeah. Detroit Become Human would be a troll fun stream. I think a lot of people have already seen and played Detroit Become Human. That's the thing, like I feel like a lot of games I wanted to play, I kind of missed the timing on it, and I don't know if people will want to watch, sadly. Actual spider shooing moment. I really like poison. I like the idea of like being super tanky and then just wearing the enemy down with damage over time. Rocking blood type team and follow team powered by Assassin's Creed collab characters. Ah. I stopped playing for a while, so I'm like only just getting back into it. But so I haven't really done anything. I'm trying to stay free to play. I don't want to spend money on it. The downside of those games. Yeah, because your team's based off of whatever characters you can pull at the time if you don't want to spend money on it. So you just gotta slap together whatever you can and then just hope that it's good enough. But alas. Reminds you how silly Heavy Rain is when you fail all the prompts. Oh yeah, that's another one too. Is it the one that the guy goes around and goes, Sean? Second best time to plant the tree is today. Yes, but if your survival depends on how many people are watching you grow that tree, you have to grow a plant that's more exciting than that particular tree. Do you like Mirror's Edge? I did like it, yeah. It was fun when I played it in the past. Press X to Jason. Jason. Sean. I feel like David Cage gives a timeless when it comes to streaming because people mainly care about the streamer's reaction and choices. I think it would be better if it was simply a highlight reel of the choice moments and that people want to watch. I don't think that many people would turn out for a live stream of it. It's just how streaming is. It's just how it goes. Like planting a fir tree when they're expecting bamboo. No. More like people say they want, like, yeah, the purpose of planting that tree is different, because for streamers, like, we gotta get folks to watch us, or else the government's gonna be like, grr, you know. So if people aren't watching, then it doesn't really matter. So the purpose, I could say like, yeah, the best time to plant a tree is now, and then play those old games again. But specifically story-based games like that people have already gone through, they don't do well on stream. Like was it, for example, A Way Out, great game, amazing collab game to play. I haven't played it yet. No one's gonna watch me play because it's already done. The only thing that they'll wait for are highlight reels after the game and streams are done, because it's too long of a game to play first time. And a lot of people will be more impatient about like waiting for I want to see what the reaction is to that moment. And they would rather just watch a clip of that moment and the reaction to it, as opposed to sit through the whole like 3 or 4 streams that it would take to get through the entire game. Luis, upgrade, thanks for the membership. Welcome back. Upgrady. What game? A Way Out. That one. There's a small niche, not large enough of a segment to usually sustain more than a handful of streams without loss. Yeah. They're waiting for specific scenes, exactly. You needed to play something that came out most like a week ago. Yup. But perms, you know. A few times we can get lucky, but most of the times it'll come out, we ask for perms. It takes a month. And then they're like, hey guys, congratulations. The thing that you're so excited for, like, we finally got perms for it. It's like, wow, thanks. Like 3 months too late, but sure. That's kind of sad. Feels like a lot of small moments are missed by watching highlights. Yeah, but that's kind of the issue with like the attention economy as it is now. Very few people are willing to sit through to like look at those, or they care about those. So if they don't, then there's not much that we can do about it, you know. A Way Out, it takes 2. Split fictions are kind of a one-time watch, then you probably watch highlights for someone else, for anyone else that played them. Yes, that's exactly how it goes. Wait for that new anime co-op game. Wait, there's a new co-op game? I know people have been playing Reanimal. I know that one's been going around a bit. Is the permanent game you play by submitting to your manager or higher than that? I put in a request, and then my manager sends it over to the perms team, and then magic happens, or it doesn't happen. And then if it doesn't happen, they never tell us no. They just ghost us. So like we put in perms, and then we ask for it, and then like we just don't hear back from them ever again, and then we just assume we didn't get it. If we do hear back, it's usually like a while later. Yeah. Abandonware games, no perms. No, abandonware games we can never play because it's impossible to get perms. Sadly. Yeah, it gets lost in the void. Sometimes the request sits in someone's spam filter forever, and that's what others have kind of talked around. Yeah, that's how it goes. We send them an email, and then some devs check their emails, some devs don't check their emails. If they don't check their emails, there's nothing we can do about it. Question, why do you need perms? But like I see indies play games without perms. We need perms because we are our corpo. We are a corporation here, and we need the proper permission. The big thing is, I believe that in the past, a couple of instances has happened in the past where our channels were threatened with the copyright strike, and if you get hit with 3 copyright strikes, your channel is gone, and you cannot make any new accounts. So because our entire livelihood revolves around streaming on YouTube, if your channel gets taken out, you're pretty much done. So to avoid that, we now have to go get explicit written permission for every single game that we play. Yeah. That's how it goes. Yeah. Makes sense. Remember, you guys couldn't play Stardew even though the dev has said, yeah, go ahead, blanket policy, because Corpo still needed it in writing. Yeah, same thing with the Devolver Digital games. Even though Devolver Digital has a website that says, like, do I need permission to play and stream your game? And they have a website for it. Even that was not enough because they're like, no, we need like explicit permission from some person at Devolver Digital to give us like actual written permission to play it and not just some website form. So, yeah. It's weird that showing you playing a game is considered a copyright violation because it is. It technically is. I don't know about the specifics of JP copyright law, but one of the copyrights is your ability to distribute and like perform and like make content out of it. And like the whole, you know, the whole fair use thing doesn't apply at all. It's a specific format. I believe so. Because I know that the Devolver Digital website that had a form of like, oh, put in your name here and we'll like auto print out a form sheet that uses your name. I know that didn't count. So I think it has to be a specific one. What happens when a company, publisher, or dev goes under? You can't ever play the game. Yes, if we don't have the permissions and the publisher goes down and vanishes, we can never play the game because there is no publisher to give us that permission. So, yeah. So what you're saying is you can play 3 games before you retire. I would prefer to stay here for a little bit longer. I don't want to get deported. So blanket perms, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We have a few blanket perms, like we can play Overwatch, like I can play StarCraft, like whatever. Other times it's like time specific, other times it's talent specific, so getting perms for retro games can be hard. What retro Japanese games I think are really easy to get because Japan. Retro Western games, much more difficult. But yeah. Barry, thank you for re-upping the membership. Welcome back, welcome back. Okwedi. Copyright's become very complicated. The publisher goes, yeah, it does. So better to be something sorry. What's considered retro now? The Wii U is considered retro. Soon, PlayStation 3 will become retro too. Eternal Darkness was a stretch. Yeah, I don't know how we managed to pull that off, but man, I'm so happy. I wish I could redo the Eternal Darkness stream with a better graphics capture card because the VOD is effectively ruined because of how many technical issues there were. It's hard to watch because there are so many skips and so many breaks and ugh. But yeah. Surprised you were able to get Eternal Darkness considering the developer doesn't exist anymore. We got it from the publisher, that's high. Yeah. Perms. It is what it is. Anyway. I don't want to rant about that. I've ranted about perms enough as it is. Shinri out here calling brand new things retro just to mess with us. Yeah, the PS5 is retro. The price went up. Oh my god, wait, that's right. Wait, hold up. I had to message my Mama Suiji and Papa Suiji and tell them that I'm gonna be canceling Netflix for them. I can't. They told me, the Netflix emailed me and they were like, yeah, we're gonna raise your price again. And I'm like, I can't even use it. I don't want to pay like $30 a month now for a service I can't even use. So I'm just gonna tell them that they're gonna have to get their own Netflix. Hang on a minute. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Prices go up, sharing go down, subscription paying always. The only reason I kept this because my parents are like technologically like not the greatest. So I helped set everything up for them before I left. So now they're gonna have to figure out how to set up their own Netflix subscription and log into their account on their own. But $30, are you serious? Yeah. So I'm just I can't use it anyway myself because I'm outside of my household, because my parents' house is where the billing address is because it's an American service there. So like their house counts as the household. So me here, even though I own the account, I'm considered to be out of household, so I can't even use it anymore. Yeah. Have you tried Shudder? I have. I stopped my subscription for Shudder. I tried to like it. I really tried to like it. I'm gonna be honest. I gave Shudder a try. I really tried to like it, but I just did not like their selection of horror movies. A lot of it was like B tier or worse, and it just did not do it for me. I really wanted to like it. At that price, might as well go see a movie at a theater. Yeah. But man, cool concept with the execution is the thing is, like, it's hard to find like good horror movies because it's a risk. It's a huge risk to make a horror movie, like an indie horror film, and the ones that do go through are either really lucky or really fortunate, or have someone like a director who has the audacity to make it happen regardless, you know? And you're not going to get good horror films just made, you know, through sheer will alone, because they're really expensive to make. So, you know, the pickings on it are kind of here and there. The original content is okay at best. Yeah. Do you ever see Pilgrim? Not that no, I don't think I remember. Probably not. Old school HK horror. I want to see more foreign horror. I want to see more horror stuff. Like, I remember watching what did we watch? Haka, are you still here? What was that horror movie that we saw while we were in Indonesia? Was it the Pocong one? Pocong 1 and 2? I forget. We watched some horror movies back then while we were in Indonesia, because we're like, hey, we're in Indonesia, let's go watch some horror movies. I think it was Pocong 2. Pamali, maybe? You had to log in and go record stuff. Ah, good for him. Good for the bird. Yeah. Some mortuary assistant movie. It was all right, not bad, not amazing either. I want to see it. I'm scared though. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Did they ask for perms for every video you make about a game, or can you replay a game over and over again? For example, Darkwood, which is fun to watch every playthrough. Some perms are okay for everything. It's like once you get the perms, they're like, yeah, sure, do whatever you want. You know, like you can stream it whenever. Other perms are like, yes, but only for a specific time. So it kind of depends on the publisher. Like Minecraft, for example, we can stream it whenever we want to. Like we don't have to keep asking for perms. But for like Nier, I do have to do that. So it just kind of depends on what the publishers want. I'm real EP. I want to go back to sleep, but it's like 1:30 p.m. Mortuary assistant movie would so watch. Have you had dinner? No. What's for lunch? I don't know. I haven't decided. I might just go out to sleep. I just did not get enough rest last night. Evil call initial to telling you EB. Go EB. We should watch it. I don't know if that's gonna have a digital release. Isn't it just like theaters only? That's the big thing right now. The Backrooms movie is gonna be theaters only for a good long while, and we're not able to do a watch on until it becomes available internationally for me. But since it was brought up, nailed an interview, and I'll be working at a real morgue soon. Let's go! You know how to identify all the demon signs, right? And like learn the name of the demon and exercise them. Hell yeah. Congratulations. Nice. I saw it digitally on Prime. Oh. Dude, I'm so excited. God, I can't wait. Can't wait. If it's available online, then maybe. Any certain movie you'd like to do a watch along to? I want to see Iron Lung, but no Iron Lung online. Some of you know that. Did you know they found the room the actual Backrooms is based on? Yeah, it's like a furniture shop now, isn't it? Like they sell couches and stuff. I want to go back in those times. Get me back there. Get me back into the past when I could just go around and take mysterious photos, and not everyone was trying to make their own like Force and ARG type meme and SCP stuff. Like, get me back to the time when it was more freeform. Now people, God, like all the policing of the SCP stuff going on. Like, oh, you can't do that because you gotta follow along. Like, no, SCPs are supposed to be all unique. Like everyone, it's like a writing like a experiment for everyone, you know? It's like a shared universe. But now there are people going around be like, oh no, you have to do it this way, and you have to follow these rules when you make an SCP and make a submission because we're gonna start gatekeeping. Like, I miss the old times. You love the oldest view. Not familiar with it. It'll take a while for Island to be digital. Still theater releases. Yeah, that's gonna take a long time. Please watch The Oldest View. It was made by the director of the Backrooms movie. Ooh. Write that down. Oh, it's where that big that big thing, the statue, the doll, the roly guy with the beard. That's where it's from. Oh. Submitting new SCPs as a new writer is like a job applications, but worse because it's all volunteers ghosting you instead. It's not even just that. It's like Reddit mods now. Like the people who like review it are getting full of themselves because they're like, oh, I have the power to control what new submissions get accepted and what doesn't. So I have now become this gatekeeper of the fandom, you know? And it's just, oh my god. Reddit mods. Like if you guys thought Wikipedia mods were bad, imagine that, but like worse because they're like, I get to control what becomes the next hit SCP. Imagine Reddit mods and fanfic communities. No, I hate Reddit mods so much. Not necessarily horror, but any current upcoming movies? Not really. I haven't seen. I have an ad block on, so I don't see any ads for movies. So I don't know what movies are coming up. I've been trying to find like good horror movies to watch, but like all the ones that have popped out recently, they just haven't done it for me. So I don't know. Reddit mods of the real SCPs. The Japanese short film inspired by Exit 8. I have heard of it. I haven't seen it yet. I should check it out soon though. I wonder, is it online? What specific horror are you looking for? I want something that gives me the scare again. I want something that makes me stay up at night because of how terrifying it is. But I've seen so many horror movies now that I know almost all the basic tropes. So I want to look for something that's new, something that's novel, but I don't know what to expect, you know? You want to feel alive. What horror movies have done that to you? The Grudge, did it when I first watched it because I would hear the that sound effect. I would hear it, and like I couldn't fall asleep at night because I just like stayed awake. My ears are perked up, listening to see if I could hear that. You know, like The Grudge was pretty good. The Ring was great too. I enjoyed The Ring. Not as much. It wasn't as terrifying because I thought that Sadako was really pretty, but like not as much. But like The Grudge was really scary. The let's see, what other horror movies have I watched that was really scary? That like kept me up. There was one about not VHS. Oh, Rec? REC, the Spanish one. That one was pretty scary. I really enjoyed Rec. I didn't quite like Blair Witch Project. That one just made me more motion sick than anything because everything was too blurry. And more frustrated. Southeast Asia horror. Oh wait, Tale of Two Sisters was kind of like sad more than horror. Rec was a ride. Yeah, Rec is good. The OG one, not the American remake Quarantine. Not that one. That one was kind of meh. Grudge Western version or Eastern versions? I watched the Western version first because that was what I was exposed to, but that was pretty good. What about Mama? I haven't seen that one actually. Cloverfield was meh to me. I dislike the way Americans act in disaster movies. So that's why I did not like Cloverfield. They just do really stupid things and it doesn't make sense and I really dislike it. Yeah, the protagonist was a real Spanish TV reporter. Her acting was so good. You know. Oh, wait, there was one horror movie, The 13th Hour or something like that. I think. I forget. Like it was like a school, high school horror where there was like this rumor about like, oh, and this one time, like there's like, at a certain day, at certain night, there's like a 13th hour where like the clock will go from 12 midnight to like 13, and then for 1 hour you have to like survive like a test of courage stuff or something like that. Is it an old game? I think so. Cloverfield is simply clownish. Yeah. One Missed Call. Yeah, One Missed Call was good too. Ah, man. Whatever happens to the horror that's scary that doesn't have baby screaming or abortion in it, I hate it here as a horror fan. I feel like a lot of it just uses it for shock value, and it doesn't really like they don't understand why. They just know, oh, we need to have something shocking in here. We need something that's like grotesque in here. That's like, oh, but yeah. Shinri, there are no more scary movies that can scare you because you're just gonna hug them. I did have a scary dream, but it's more of a frustrating dream than anything. And it was like a dream where I was walking through like a mall, and then just a whole bunch of these people started to rush into the mall with like masks on, and they all had this like they were all wearing like regular casual clothing, but they had like a uniform. Like they all had like a dark colored jacket, and they all had a mask and everything. And it was kind of frustrating because they would go around and like they would just like hold people down. So it was kind of like a zombie thing, but not necessarily zombies. Like it wasn't like rotten corpse flesh or whatever, but it was more of just like people forcing others to like submit to like join their cult or whatever the heck it is. So it's kind of like that, you know. And Cooper presents Black Friday. Horror movie, but the protagonist is working at retail. Only scary monsters with the Karens and Kens yelling at them. Yeah. Like the Squid Game guards? Kind of like that. Kind of like that. Who's the cutest horror movie ghost in your opinion? Cutest horror movie ghost? Cutest horror movie ghost. Okay, if it has to be an actual horror movie, Actual horror movie. Actual horror movie. Cutest horror movie ghost, but it has to be a real horror movie. Cutest? Personality wise, like they don't really have that much there to work with. Yeah, that's really hard. That's actually pretty difficult. Have you tried watching the Conjuring movies? I've tried. I don't like religious horror. They all follow the exact same pattern, and I'm kind of tired of those. I don't know. That's actually a really difficult question. I'd have to like piece together. I would need like I wouldn't be able to do it off the top of my head right now. I would have to see and like compare all of them. Sadako? Yeah, I think Sadako would be like the generic one, like the default answer. Cutest ghost regardless of horror movies? Casper? Maybe? Casper's kind of small. Talking specifically, is there a favorite zombie movie you like among them all? I really like the first season of The Walking Dead. Just the first season. And then they never made any other seasons after that. I would say the first season of The Walking Dead. I liked it. It's nice, you know. I want there to be a bit more of like Coral, right? Like I like it to when they did the whole like I don't know Negan thing, the whole like, oh, we have a society here and I'm in control of it. Like when they did that, I just got so tired of it because it stopped. It like I don't know, it just stopped. Like the zombies stopped being a thing. It's just yeah. The Farm. You might like Girls with Balls, French horror action about a volleyball team against zombies. Raw? That one was a good movie. The original, is it Belgian? Is it French? I think it's French. Raw, that one was pretty good. That was a problem in the comics too. What do you think of Train to Busan? I like Train to Busan. It was fine. The zombies are super inconsistent, which is what I didn't like about it. I wish that they were more consistent, but the movie itself was fine. Like, oh, sometimes sound does attract them, sometimes sound doesn't attract them. Sometimes you can just casually crawl up on the little luggage racks at the top, easy peasy. You know, like the inconsistency was a little bit annoying to me, but overall, like Train to Busan was fine. I liked it. Do you ever make a deep dive into your own brain about what would be your perfect hear me out? For me, 1 meter 60 tall, floating 30 kilogram heavy floating blob of various human teeth who bleed. My perfect hear me out? My perfect hear me out. That's a hard question. Something eldritch? Something eldritch. I would like, that's just like your initial view would be like a kuntilanak, just like long hair, floaty white dress. Whenever she, she doesn't have to, but she keeps her feet up when she floats, you know? Like, because they're ghosts. They don't have to, like, they don't need to do anything with their legs, but like, just because it's like a habit for her, she like bends her knees a little bit when she floats, you know? Like, that would be really cute. But like, yeah, I want it to be something eldritch, so like everyone sees something different, you know? I like that aspect of it. You know how in like Eve, Mary has a whole bunch of these really cute rabbit little plushies that she plays with, and she's like, Eve, here's a like cute rabbit, right? But then from Gary's point of view, they're like really creepy looking dolls. You know, I like that, where like different people like depending on their own perspective, perceive an entity to be something else. I really like that kind of stuff. Yeah. I like the idea of an incomprehensible cosmic being using a ghost girl like an anglerfish. Pretty much everything from Look Outside is a good hear me out. I've only played like the first like 10 minutes of that game. I should get back and actually finish it. Soundtrack, you mentioned mockumentary somewhere in the chat, reminded me. Psycho, The Large Family. Oh, I did see that. We did do a watch along of that, didn't we? The Hear Me Out is a censored King in Yellow from that One Wife's video. Oh, the King in Yellow. I wish it was a real thing. I want to read it. Okay, wait, hold up. What stuff out there is supposedly cursed and makes you go crazy and mad? I want to read it. Is it possible to find? Okay, the King in Yellow is a fictional play. It's not a real thing, so I can't read it. You know, it's only referenced as a cursed object in like 3 different plays, but like, I want to find an actual thing that makes me go mad. Oh, excuse me. My Hear Me Out is usually faceless, tall with many appendages. That's pretty good. Slender Man vibes. Crazy in what sense? The whole thing about like, oh, the human mind can't comprehend it, so you go mad. I'm pretty sure I can handle it. You know? Man. I remember the dragon story for the King in Yellow. Dragalia lost. Oh, Dragalia lost. Rest in peace. That was a fun game. Hang on. Cursed books that make you go mad. I'm just gonna Google it. I'm just gonna Google it. The Voynich manuscript. I've already read that. It looks really cool. I don't understand the language of it, but the Voynich manuscript is fun. The Devil's Bible, a 12th century manuscript said to have been written by a monk who made a pact with the devil, who then completed the work himself. The largest medieval manuscripts and carries a reputation for inviting evil. Man. Fictional books, the Necronomicon, King in Yellow. They're not real. I want to read a real book that makes me go mad. I want something that's like, ugh. I think if you viewed enough times over a long period, it would drive a person insane. You know what? I already go insane by watching Twitter. So why not write the next one? Because I'm not that good at writing. It would just become fan fiction. I have to be able to write something and then imbue it with dark, cursed energy. You know? Gonna have to lock himself in a white room and write a cursed book himself. I think that's what I should do. I should just do a stream where I put myself in a locked room and then do nothing for like 48 hours. Just stay awake, do nothing for 48 hours, and then see if I can mind break myself. Necronomicon, I'm gonna make you mad because of how thick it is. I'm okay with thick. Read Twilight. House of Leaves. Isn't that just a silly book to read though? I don't think it was. I don't think it actually drives people mad. Yeah, the anti-sensory chamber stream where you like put yourself in like body temperature water and then you cover your ears and then you close your eyes. Oh wait, that old trick with the ping pong balls. You play static and then you like you lie down with ping pong balls covering your eyes and it's supposed to induce a hallucinatory state or something like that. Oh my god. That's what I need though. I need my mind break moment. Give me my mind break. I need the mind break moment. I want one.
Mostly because I'm pretty sure my mind is already damaged enough that you can't really break it any more than this. Like, at most, you'll just scatter the pieces a little bit further apart from each other, but it's like, you can't really... I'm pretty sure my brain's, like, immune to that. Hardboiled Wonderland at the End of the World would be a good book for sensory deprivation. New tag added to the stream. I lost the game. Oh no, we all lost the game. We have to give it the super. Why do you want your mind broken? Because it looks fun. It looks fun. You know, okay, here's the thing. I am too in control of my brain. I am too good at, like, logicking out everything. Okay? And sometimes I don't want my brain to be working, right? I would rather not. Like, this is why every now and then I'll just drink, because my brain has had too much and I'm like, I don't want to think anymore. I just want to vibe. So like, you know, like when you have to make so many decisions, you know, like, he wants loss of control. Yeah, maybe it's that. It's just I'm too much in control of my brain. And I don't, like, my thoughts, my reasoning, the way that my brain is able to, like, take anything, break it down instantly, and then analyze it all. Like, it's too fast at that, and I just can't get it to stop. So I would rather just not have to think. Hire a dom? I need to find someone who's smarter than me to be a dom. Like, you can't dom me when, like, you know, just... It would be hard for me to take the dom seriously if they don't at least have a PhD over me. You know? Like, they'd be like, oh, you've been a bad boy. And I'm like, I'm older than you. And no, what? Like, I need them to have, like, yeah, the intelligence check. You know? Have you tried intoxication? That's why I drink. This is why I drink. Because I want to turn off my brain. I'm like, just... Damn, that's a high bar. Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's impossible. I just... This is why I want to be mind broken. Because, like, I don't know, like, it just... Dumb people seem really happy all the time. But man, do you need to have a lobotomy? Yeah, that's right. I need to have a lobotomy stream. It's just like a little, you'll take a little pick and it's like, and then you like break through my skull and it just, you know, I need that. Shinri himbofication fiction. That's the thing. I swear to God, when I debuted, I should have debuted as a himbo. Like, unironically, I had considered that, but then like my brain is too smart. Like, I don't say that like to toot my own horn, but like you guys have seen the way that I analyze things when I play horror games, right? Like, it just naturally happens. It would be so difficult for me to keep up the himbo act for more than a couple of hours. And like, I'm gonna be real, if I had debuted as a himbo, I might have been more popular because everyone would be like, oh my god, look, muscles and a himbo, whoa, right? Like, I genuinely thought about this, like, I've like agonized about this for the last 3 years. I would not be able to pull it off, but like, man. Lobotomy hand cam. God, I wish. I would have to put like a trigger warning blood because I would have to do like actual blood. It would just be a nosebleed, but like it would look like I just gave myself a lobotomy. And then Mad Chan will probably call the police or something. But man. His extra brains are stored in the pecs. Hypnosis? No, hypnosis does not work on me. I've tried, it doesn't work on me. My brain's too weird like for that. I can't willingly give up control because my entire life has been based around controlling every thought that I have. All my emotions, all my energies, like I have to do that. And if I don't, then my Papa Suichi throws a vacuum cleaner at me. So because I was like forced to do this for the last like 30 plus years of my life, it is such a natural ingrained habit that I cannot be hypnotized. Because hypnotism is like a voluntary, like you have to give up control and like play into it. I can't do that. Can I have your frontal cortex after your lobotomy? Do you want my frontal cortex? I'm not sure if I'd be able to ship it properly. Need some ayahuasca, bro? God. Can I get some in Japan? I don't think so. Man needs a factory reset. God, I do. I really do. No regression sessions? Oh man, no, you guys don't want to see what happened in the past. Koi's just taking pieces of the brain for themselves. It reminds them like when they like dissected Einstein's brain and they were like, why was this man so smart? And then all they did was basically take a knife and just like slice thin pieces of this brain, and they looked at it and they were like, yes, that is a brain, and they had no idea what to do with it, and then a whole bunch of pieces went missing. Like what a lost opportunity there. They were so desperate to find out what they were like, what it was that they just completely destroyed the brain, and then now we'll never get a chance to analyze it. You know, that's what happened. Yeah, they just took a knife and they just started slicing away at it, and they looked at it and they're like, yes, brain, because they didn't have the information back then to understand what all the neurons do or like the parts of the brain, like how they interact with each other. They didn't have that information. They just sliced it open. They were like, that does look like a brain. You know, and they'll like take a magnifying glass or like a microscope and they'll like peer at it, and they're like, yes, those are brain cells. Full stop. And that was it. They never came to any conclusion about why Einstein's brain was so the way it is, you know? Yes, his brain is made of brain. Should just eaten it to absorb the knowledge. God, could you imagine if it was that easy? What were they expecting to find? I don't know. I think they expected to find like organs, like inside his brain, like visibly different structures that were like the contributing factor for why he was so smart. But they didn't, because it was just brain, all brain. Hilarious image about the line of quiz, Kanga marching away from Shinri holding brain bits. Does becoming less smarter make you humble? I don't know. I think I'm pretty humble. Like, I know I'm smart enough to know that there's so much more that I don't know. Like, I don't know if like, okay, like astrophysics. If someone was an astrophysicist, like they could probably dom me if they were an astrophysicist and they were like explaining how like the gravitational lensing effect happens with light around black holes. Like I'd be fine with that, you know? But like it's hard to take someone seriously when they don't exhibit critical thinking skills. It's just hard, you know? Didn't Einstein not want people to dissect his brain, or was that misinformation? I don't know about that part. Maybe? Please don't dissect my brain. You could turn it into like a pie afterwards, but don't dissect it. Like, you're not gonna learn anything from my brain. My brain is the same as a human's brain, and whatever connections I have with my neurons that make me think the way I think, you're not gonna be able to see it with your eyes. There's no point in like dissecting my brain. Like, eat it, sure, I'm fine with that, but don't dissect it. You're not gonna find anything. But yeah, that's just education. You can learn that. That's the thing though, like, not everyone exercises critical thinking. It's hard to find people who exercise critical thinking in 2026. So, you know, if we eat it, do we gain your power? Yes, you will gain my power. The power is hot girl tummy issues and an upset stomach, and it's gonna make you go to the bathroom. Is it nutritious? No, it's not that nutritious. Brains aren't that nutritious. If anything, it just leaves you more vulnerable to, or susceptible, I mean, to prion diseases like Kuru. Don't eat brains. Please don't eat human brains. But yeah. As someone who can critically think but isn't necessarily science smart is still okay. Yeah, someone who can critically think. Like, it doesn't have to be science. It could be like I don't know, like anything, pretty much anything. You know, as long as you can show me that you're able to like logic and reason things together. You know, like intelligence is hot. All right, any kind of intelligence is hot, but it's hard to find. It's hard to find. And here's the thing, I had to find people who are intelligent and also freaky. And that is such a like high bar to me, you know? And I don't want to give up my standards on that because it never works out. It never works out. You don't want to wake up one day, look at your partner and be like, wow, that like they don't know how to, I don't know, like they don't, like it could be life skills, like they don't know how to do laundry. Like they were never taught how to do laundry and they're actively avoiding how to learn how to do laundry. You know, like you don't want to ever end up in that kind of a situation, you know? Would you date yourself? Yeah, I would. Put the word out, your peers, someone they know. No one that I know has anywhere near the freakiness that I have. Especially in the content creator sphere, because a lot of my friends are also content creators. They are the type who would say that they are freaky for a clip, but they themselves are not actually freaky. Like that's the reason why I hear so much about it, and like that's the reason why I rant so much about it, is because I see a lot of people say that they're freaky for clips, for viral like tweets, but they're not. And like seeing that being used as a tool, it's like when people use sexuality as a tool to like get like farm clips and stuff. Like I don't like that. So like that's why I rant about it. But like it's my fault because as a content creator, the things I see are mostly other content creators and yeah, performative freaks, exactly. I remember you calling a certain purple bird vanilla ice cream sandwich. Yeah, he is a vanilla ice cream sandwich. Reminds me of the episode House MD where the guy purposely drugged himself to lower his IQ to be with his girlfriend. Oh my god. I would hope that it wouldn't have to get to that point, you know? But like, I mean, maybe that's the secret to being happy. Just have no thoughts, head empty, you know? Just no thoughts, head empty, be happy, right? Kind of romantic in a dramatic way. I don't know. I'm so freaky, and it's the most milquetoast type of hear me out, right? Like, oh, I'm so freaky. Like Nemesis from Resident Evil. Oh, he's so hot. Oh my god, Lady Dimitrescu. Oh, she's so hot. Wow. I'm so freaky. I'm liking the villains. You guys see that? Are you guys clipping me? I said I like the villains of the story. I'm so freaky. Oh my god. Oh my god. Her monster form. Yeah, her monster form is cool. I dislike the fact that she still has like a human body part of the monster form. I wish she just became full monster. I don't like the fact that she just like there's like a femme torso with tits just like attached to the monster. Like it seems so out of place, you know? But like I just wish she was full monster as opposed to just like monster centaur but with human tits, you know? Like I dislike that part, but like the rest of it was really cool, you know? I love when women post their hear me outs and it's crackhead. I think that like that would have been a hear me out, but nowadays like it's just tentacles, right? It's like it's becoming more normy now. Freakiest things are just anything safe, sane, consensual can consent to that falls within legal bounds. That's just like you can't cast that broad of a net though, you know? They should have committed to full horror. Exactly. It should have been full horror, you know? At least she had an age-appropriate face. Yeah. Yeah. Is freaky synonymous with monsters? It is the easiest way to visualize. It is the easiest way to visualize with the monster designs. But no, freakiness is not just about monsters. For me, like, my freakiness is about, like, fusing together with a partner or, like, absorption and, like, merging. But, like, not, like, goo girls. Not that kind of goo monster, slime monster type stuff. I mean, like, body horror type fusing veins together, you know, like that's like my personal taste. Okay, yeah, like an anglerfish, you know how like the male will attach itself to the female and then the male just stops existing as an entity, its brain will dissolve away and it's like its blood vessels will fuse in with the females and it just becomes a sack, you know, like that kind of stuff. Marriage from Fear and Hunger? I've never played Fear and Hunger. Do you want to pray Mantis Wife? I think she should be really pretty. Cronenberg or Fly. What's your plan on doing that? I want you to find a doctor who is just really unethical and willing to accept payments in bathroom jerky. I don't know. To become a sack attached to a physically larger hot fish wife. God, that would be so cool. The thing is, I'd be so picky, you know, like I don't want to just become like anyone's like random, like physically attached sack. They would need to at least be smarter than I am. Or like, not even smarter, but just like close enough, you know? And it's just like, intelligent freaky serially aren't caught yet. My standards are way too high. My standards are just too high. It's hard to find those, you know? I love that this is my first impression of you. Good. This should have been my first impression. I should have opened up like this. When I debuted, I made a huge mistake of being all like, hey, I'm the guy who's a bit calmer than the other three who scream. Like, I should have debuted like full freak, honestly, from day one. God, I should have done that. Like, I will die knowing that that is my biggest regret of I did not open my debut being a full freak. Like, if I get the chance to ever go back into the past, I would debut as full freak. Gotta be hold the conversation. That's hard. Oh my god, seriously though. Let your freak out fully. It's too late though. It's too late. A lot of people still think me of like, oh, isn't he the say-so one? Like, most of the people who like first encounter me, they're like, wow, he's the say-so one, right? He's like the dad of Tempest or whatever, you know. Debut 2.0, I wish. I don't think we're gonna ever get support for that ever again, but oh well. Those people haven't spent 5 minutes with you. That's the thing though. Like, it's always like my debut is always overshadowed by that one comment by Vesper about the pregnant emojis. Like, that's the thing that everyone remembers my debut for. It's the pregnant emojis one and Vesper's comment. They don't remember my debut for my debut. They don't remember it for me. They remember it for his comment. And like, it annoys me a little bit, but that's the impression that a majority of first-time viewers who see me through clips will have. So they only think of me in that context. And it's like, I should have been freaky from the beginning just so that I could like make a statement of myself as opposed to everything else. But like, that's the only thing people remember me for. So like, no one remembers anything I did during my debut except for that one comment. And it's like, well, what's the point then? You know, like, why did I even bother debut if that's what I'm gonna be remembered for, you know? Oof. Yeah, oof is right. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's too late now. I forgot the context, but remember the comment. Yeah, exactly. That's no one remembers my debut for my debut. They only remember it for that. If you had been full freak, you would have been nuked right away, I feel. That was the big worry, because it's like, oh, you know, you're corporate now, so you have like, you gotta uphold standards. I didn't realize that porn was okay to do as a corporate streamer back then, you know? Because I thought, hey, you know, you got to be representative of like male VTubers, because around the time I think there was a huge wave, like around when we debuted, like the months prior, like there were Google Docies dropping every time. Like it felt like every week some Google Docie was coming out of like a male VTuber like just harassing people and like doing all these like really terrible things, right? So I was like, maybe I should be a bit more like, you know, by the book about this kind of stuff. Because like that was the circumstances in the ecosystem, the VTubing ecosystem around that time, right? So that's why I debuted a bit more brand safe, and I think that's like literally the biggest regret I have in my life now that I have hindsight. I don't blame myself for it, because I know I did that though. I did it the way that I did it because that was the best information I had at the time, and at the time, I thought that was my best choice. I recognize now that it was the wrong choice, but I can't fault past Shinri for doing it the way that he did, because I understand why he did it, you know? But yeah. Time to follow. We use unhinged. Be free. Man. You can go full unhinged, is it? A 2.0 re-debut? Nah. I had my one shot with the audience I had. And, you know, what was it? What did we have? Like 7,000 people watching the debut? No, it was like 6,000 people, I think. I don't think I'm ever gonna get that shot again. So, like, even if I did re-debut 2.0, like, it's not gonna matter. Can we ever get a follow-up lore of why your hand is blue? Good question. I would love to know. Staff-san? Any updates? Do we have anything? Anything at all? No? Guess we have our answer there. No way, it's kept by the government. It is. It is actually. Anything that you see on the official webpage, that stuff, like the hand, like Haka's hand, the claws, like all of that stuff, yeah, that's government stuff. But yeah. No lore due to budget cuts. I don't know who the hell was in control of the lore. Are they even doing anything now? It's been like 3 years. We haven't gotten a single update. So we are now in what happens to like games where they like, it's not maintenance mode. It's the thing that leads up to maintenance mode. But yeah. Elysium still flat. It is. Staffson hasn't given us an official image of all of Elysium yet, so I'm saying it is. End of service. What is it with gacha games nowadays? They've been like, oh, we're introducing this new gacha game. Remember that one gacha game that they announced the global edition with English translations and the end of service in the same tweet? I forgot what game that was. That was crazy. Blue arm is haunted by past lover. Got it. Yes, there we go. That's canon now. Oh yeah, Love Live. That was right. Oh my god. That was crazy. How did they think that was okay? the 6-hour one, yeah, it came out, and then in the same tweet, like, yeah, it's finally available. Also, end of service announcement. It's gone later today. Oh man, crazy. I always like to imagine you painted your arm every day to be fashionable. I wish that was a decision. I'm gonna be real, like, it's gotten in the way of so many things right now. Like, whenever the boys and I have a coordinated outfit, like, for the Doko Coco Cafe, the outfits that we had there, right? The fact that everyone has, like, white and red as their theme, but then, like, for me, there's just this random blue. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's gotten in the way of so many artworks. It's gotten, like, it's become so problematic, because you know how when you do art, there's like a base color that everyone follows, like 1 or 2 main bases, right? And then like one like accent color that sticks out, right? Like, so you have like a cohesive theme together, right? The fact that my hand is blue has gotten in the way of so many things. And it always ends up being like, hey, this is really great color theme, just random blue. And it's not even like a deep blue, it's like this, like, I don't know, what color is it right now? It's that blue right there. It's like a teal aquamarine blue, and I can't get it off. And it's always been there, and it will never go away. So it's gotten in the way of a lot of color, like, palettes and color scheming. Nigeria, thank you for the super. Tempest VG was my entry to VTubing and I'm really super impressed by your debut. Sincerity, effort, inspired me to work hard towards my dreams. Please keep your head high. Thank you. Thank you for the super. I mean, yeah, at this point, it's like, I can't change it. So we're gonna still commit to it, you know? But if the hand can change color like a mood ring, would it help? It would be red all the time due to my unbridled rage and hatred. Because I'm such an angry person inside. Grr. Rawr. You enrage, yeah. That's why I had the 10-hour Jump King stream where I raged non-stop, screaming all the time for 10 hours, right? So to remove food color from skin, you should try vinegar and baking soda. God, I wish. I wish. Thank you for the super. Anyway. I'm getting close to actually, like, venting about stuff, so I probably shouldn't. So I'll just drop the topic here. But yeah. Anyways, today was supposed to be just a little short Zatsu. I don't really have anything really to talk about. No stream for me tomorrow because I'll be with the boys. We'll be playing some Super Smash Bros. Check out the other point of views. I'm not gonna bother with the point of view because the Smash Bros camera will show all of us anyway. But yeah. And last time I saw your rage was near Tabata, but in retrospect, it was clear there were other things in the game that was bothering you. Aha! Well, the cat's out of the bag now, so it is what it is. Who is streaming that? I don't know. One of the other boys probably will. Maybe Altair. Not gonna lie, I thought you were a fish when I saw your blue hand. Okay, can I tell you guys a secret? I'm not actually a fish. I don't have gills. The fish is a metaphor. It's a metaphor for progress and the journey, the long journey that you have to go through to swim upstream and the difficulties and challenges you face. It's a metaphor, Chad. It's a metaphor. You're not a fish? No, I don't actually have gills. David Cage wishes he wrote like this. Anyways. The kois are not real. No, the kois are definitely real. But the koi story is a metaphor, okay? I didn't... like I'm not gonna strip naked and then just like butterfly swim my way up like a river and then try to butterfly swim myself up a waterfall. Like I don't think that would be healthy for me, you know, especially not at my age now. But like, hey, if the government isn't watching, who knows what you can unleash. Fun fact, of all the Tempest boys, I am the one the government is watching like a hawk. I think I know why. I think I know why they watch me like a hawk, but I am like the one boy they monitor every single day. And it is like a little bit spooky and a little bit weird. I'm creeped out about how much they like monitor me, but of all the boys here in Tempest, I'm the one that they observe the most. So they are always watching. Any chance to get to continue Stray gameplay? At some point, yes. I do need to go through some of the other March of the Koi streams, but we will get back to them. Yeah. More than Axel? Yeah, more than Axel, actually. A lot more. You're the least problematic? I think that's why. Because I ask questions. I'm like, hey, is this okay? And they're like, what are you planning to do with that? And then I'm like, for stream? And then they're like, And then now they monitor me. So clearly you must be the favorite. Allegedly, they say they don't play favorites, but anyway, chat. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Thank you all for stopping by. I want to go ahead and send you guys off on a raid. Who's currently streaming? Oh my god, there's so much construction happening outside. Let me go ahead and see who is currently streaming. I see Flayon playing Pukapia, so we'll send her over there to stream. Thank you all for stopping by. I'm gonna get some food. I might just like take a nap because I just did not get enough sleep at all last night. Man, I'm sleepy. Coffee does nothing for me. Should I go get some energy drinks? Maybe I should get some energy drinks. That's right. Yeah, that's what I. Oh, the construction outside. Anyways, that's all for me, chat. I'll see you all tomorrow on the other boys streams as we play some Super Smash Bros. I should go make sure I have the game cartridges somewhere. Yes, me everyone. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep with the construction noise. It's getting louder. It's getting louder. Anyways. Bye everyone. Goodbye fish. I give you pats. I give you little head pats. I like wiggle my fingers in the water and make little splashes that attract your attention so that you're like, oh, what's this? And then have a moe koi. Koyasumi everyone. Koyasumi. I really like this ending song. It has a good vibe, but it's also really long. I wanna keep, like, I wanna let it play until it like naturally fades out. But I keep forgetting how long of an outro song this is. And I have to like figure out when to transition over so I still have things to talk about and say while the music like slowly fades away. But I don't know, it's really cool. I like it. It's just I'm like vibing until the end of the song. Yeah. Bye everyone. Koyasumi.